And now, your host, your hostess with the mostest, Dave and Jen. I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes. Anyway, now we can let our hair down. We're no longer doing Loki. So, welcome into the chat, everybody. Mike is back. Amanda's back. Dragon Slayer, welcome in. Jaquetta, LO. Yeah, I just can't help myself sometimes.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm a gigantic child.
And Mike, thank you for all of your messages you sent and comments. We really appreciate it. Like, we're good. Like, I guess you saw, like, we're good. But
yeah,
I really appreciate that.
We really appreciate everybody reaching out to us. we tried to stay on point during Loki, but the truth is, it was kind of a crappy episode. We really do. Yesterday was from a dad standpoint, it was a nightmare. From my standpoint, I'm a storm chaser in the heart. Like, if I could go stand out in the middle of a hurricane, I would. Matter of fact, I have. So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. It was just, Amy H., how are you? It was, from a dad standpoint, what I don't think was really, I don't think I conveyed it yesterday at all. And I tried to point it out a little bit here. Hello, Rachel. Welcome back. Welcome back to everybody, by the way. I just kind of jumped in and with both feet and I'm running. Because there were so many questions, there was so much, that's why I put out the video, so that you could kind of see it broken down as to how, yeah, Mike, it was. It wasn't from the standpoint of, like, from my standpoint, it wasn't until things started flying around. And I realized that my wife and kid were exposed. And at that point, that was when I jumped up. I got over in front of Bella and I hovered over Jen and Bella. One of the things I'm going to show you guys is I took some still shots out of the video so I could kind of show you some things that I know no one saw. And I realized after the fact, I did a really bad job of trying to explain it. I was more in the moment of making sure everybody was okay, not only my family, but there were a bunch of people around us. There was one woman who was visibly shaking. I mean, she had a cup in her hand and it was shaking back and forth. So there were a lot of people. The two girls in the video that right after, you see I come back on live, they were shaking. They were visibly upset. There were a lot of people visibly upset. So I'm going to kind of just get into it and show everything, because then I'm going to go over what the actual show was supposed to be about.
He was total in Papa Bear mode.
Yeah, it was. Once I realized Bella was in danger, that's it. It all takes over. So let me show you a couple of things. I'm going to cover the screen for a minute. Obviously, this is what we were looking at. At that moment, the whiteout was starting to happen to where you can't see Tower of Terror in the background, or you can just make it out. By the time it actually kicked into full gear and the screen blacked out, you couldn't see the other side where the trees are, where the other pavilion is. One of the things I don't think anyone actually saw was right here in this picture. Now, yes, Bella looks petrified. Yes, she's soaking wet. Yes, you can see the fear in her face, but look off to the left. I put a highlight around it and you can actually see there are a stack of trays that actually hit the column right behind them. Now, I'm not sure if they hit me. I have a backpack on, so it could have hit the backpack and then went off to the side. And the reason I say I'm not sure how it happened is because of the next photo. So you can see the trays that are down there. But in this picture right here, if you notice, there's a gap in the middle of the photo. Well, that's where we were. So the trays that are to the right of the screen over by where it says subscribe today in YouTube are the trays that flew over the table. To the left, those are the ones that flew off of the garbage cans. So in between where there's no trays, that's where we were. So I'm not sure how many of them deflected around me, went off me. I have no idea, and I don't really care. I didn't feel it. But it was pretty intense. I mean,
Yeah, Amy, and it was like crazy. And Dragon Slayer, they were just kind of like...
They were flying everywhere.
They were flying. Because I saw them come off but then I kind of was on Bella, so I really didn't.
So Jen pulled her in, as you can see there. She had her there, and we put the lounge fly in front of her, and then I hovered over the top of her. But when you see those trays down there and the trays over here, you notice there's a huge gap, and that gap is where we were.
Table,
that was us, sitting in between it. One of the things was in this picture that kind of got lost in the moment was how much stuff was flying around. Now, if you notice, there's still stuff on the tray on the table, but a lot of that food that's there was also, I found out later, I had some stuff on my backpack. I had some stuff on the back of me. And there was food on the ground behind us. So food was flying all over the place. Trays were flying everywhere. There was a ton of stuff flying around. I was worried that one of the tables or the umbrella were going to pick up and get loose. So once that happened, it was a matter of just, jump into daddy mode, do what needed to be done. And I know that this probably caught everybody a little bit off guard. There were no cast members around. Just so that I say this, because I see Rachel.
They were huddled in Rosie's. I think they were trying to take cover also.
Yeah, and I'm kind of trying to read what everyone's saying. Yeah, the recap was designed because everybody was asking a bunch of questions, and when you see it when anybody saw it in the live stream, you were watching it happen with us, and it was over in a short amount of time. The aftermath was longer, but one of the things that, like with this was in a direct line with Rosie's. So where it came in is at this tree. If you notice in the video when I did the recap, there was nothing in front of Mickey and Minnie's, absolutely nothing on the ground whatsoever. But as you went down towards Sunset, the street was covered. In front of Brown Derby, it was covered. The stairs were covered. The street was flooded. It came right at us. So whatever it was, whether it was a microburst or a tornado, it literally started right where you're seeing that picture and carried straight through, right down past us.
I mean, and the gusts came out of nowhere. It wasn't all of a sudden, okay, it was raining and there was a little gust, and then there was that huge 60.
I think it was faster than that, because when you actually hear me say in the video, there's the 50-mile-an-hour rain. I have felt 50-mile-an-hour rain. It happens here every day. That doesn't bother me. And I even said at the time, I kind of joked around. I said, okay, well, it's almost over. It had felt like some of the severity had let down. One of the things that really was kind of mind-blowing me was in the background, I could see the sun. And so in my mind, I'm saying it's not that bad. All of a sudden, it went from not so bad to whatever transpired. I still believe, based on the way, because I've looked at the video a bunch, I still believe the potential is there for it to have been a tornado. I'm pretty sure.
No doubt.
I'm pretty sure, based on the way that I saw things come down, the direction in which they went, how things spun around through the air, that there was at least a very good chance that that's what it was. If not, it was a straight line microburst thunderstorm. And the only problem I have with that is I'm pretty sure at one point, with the way that things moved, I'm pretty sure we were approaching wind speeds up to almost 100 miles an hour, because it almost moved me, and I'm not very easily movable. I've been outside in hurricanes in 70, 80, 90 mile an hour winds. I know what it feels like. I live in Florida. I'm used to it. Not in the sense of hey, let's go play but 100 miles an hour is quick. It's good enough to pick me up off my feet, especially when I was hunched over. So it was something else, it was crazy. But let's see, what was the other thing I was going to show?
Yeah, it was kind of it was a mini, I would say a mini tornado. I've watched a tornado. I've never
the way it came through,
been in the middle of a tornado. like that.
It was the way it came through, because if anybody's familiar with where we were literally right in front of Tower Terror. We were at the pavilions off to the left, so there's only a roof. There's no sides or anything. But the way that the wind came through, at first it came at our faces, because you can see in this picture which direction I'm facing. I'm actually facing towards Tower Terror. You actually watched me wipe the screen or wipe the lenses on my camera because the wind was blowing at us. And then this is what happened. And you can also tell based on the fact that this tree actually came off in the direction of sunset. So when it blew off of the roof or snapped, it blew towards sunset. So there was a lot of things going on. It happened very, very quickly, and that's the other side of it is it came in and out very fast. I think what got lost in translation for a lot of people was I didn't realize that the camera had cut off, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, why that cut off, because there was nothing that happened up until that point. And so the camera had cut off. That's when you hear me say, I'm off, because at that point, all I was worried about was taking care of, Belle. And at the moment, and by the way, I put it in the video, but I realized it was not that pronounced. The lightning that you hear, I added in because I was trying to add in what happened. What happened at that exact second was there was a gigantic flash, the lightning hit. I can't tell you if it was 5 feet, 50 feet, or 500 feet, but I can tell you right now, it was loud enough to turn off my camera. I know it was loud enough that my ears were ringing. I can tell you that it was close enough that I felt it. That was probably the scariest part, was knowing the fact that there are lightning diverters everywhere. Disney is very good about having grounding and having things so that, the lightning doesn't do that. I have no idea where it hit. There was no evidence of where it hit. Whether it hit the top of the building, hit the Tower of Terror, I don't know. It's not in the video because the video wasn't on. So for me, that was probably the worst part of it, was the camera cut off. And you hear me say a couple times, the lightning hit, it was close. It was very, very close. And like I said, it was loud enough that my ears were ringing. So yeah, they are abundant. As a matter of fact, Jen had read a stat, Jaquetta, that per square acre, Florida gets more smaller tornadoes than anywhere.
Square miles or square acres, something like that. It was a really weird stat. I was like, okay.
What was kind of amazing was that nowhere else in the park was affected. Nowhere. I mean, you guys that stuck with us through it, we went to the back of the park. We didn't see anything else. There was no other damage. There was no other limbs down. There were no branches. There was no other damage. When we walked through by commissary, there were a couple of things blown over, but it was a trash can. It was a chair. It really wasn't that big of a deal. But I can tell you right now, when I was hovered over them and I looked up, because I had the camera in between me and Bella, and then Jen was on the other side, so we had her in the middle of us to keep her safe. When the lightning went off, luckily I wasn't looking out. I had my head down. But like I said, I felt it. And I mean, it was close enough to feel. It was close. It was so loud that I can tell you that I heard the initial clap. I didn't hear the rest of it. It was that close. And I've had lightning hit outside my house where you hear the boom and you hear it go all the way through and you hear the reverberation. I didn't hear that. So that tells me it was way closer than I want it to be. And for all I know, it hit the roof, because I don't know.
Well, there's that metal pole that was like directly in front of me, and I was looking at it like, oh.
Yeah, there was a lot of metal around us. And the truth is, with tornadoes, if it was a tornado, tornadoes can, have the lightning associated directly with them. So I have no idea what actually happened. I can only tell you what I saw. I can tell you what I heard, what I felt. And then when we looked around and we saw, that's why I came back on as quick as I could. Because first of all, I figured everybody thought we died. because, you know, you hear Bella scream at the top of her lungs, you hear me say something, and then the video cut out. And I was worried that everybody was like, holy crap, they got hit by a tornado, they're dead. The building came down, something like that. And so I was like, okay, we're all right. And then I went into, I knew Bella was okay. I knew Jen was taking care of her. But I felt like something inside me said, I have to make sure that I document this. You know, I was in such a unique position. I caught it live. And so it was like, all right, well, let's capture the reaction. Let's see what happened. Not really realizing how extensive it was, because you got my genuine reaction as we're walking down the street. Our mindset switched to, all right, let's just walk out. It's raining. We were wet. We were going to go home. And we got in front of the store, and I started to videotape the flood in the street. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of rain in a short amount of time. And basically, when they stopped off to the side and Jen was drying Bella was like, no, I want to go on Rise of the Resistance. And it was kind of like, you know, here's my kid, you know, saying, you know, being like me, you know, I mean, she's tough as nails. She's petrified, thunder and lightning. And the fact she was outside in this was, you know, not good, but she's, you know, she's really resilient. She bounced back from it, went on Rise, and it was great. Let me answer a couple things.
Oh, no problem.
Oh yeah,
Davey.
without a doubt.
How was the game?
What day was the storm? The storm was yesterday. The camera, yeah. See, I wasn't worried about the camera being broken because my iPhone is waterproof. I was worried about the gimbal. Water 66. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I know. It was great.
Oh wow, that'd be kind of neat. So, you know, basically when we got a little bit down the street, all of a sudden it started to dawn on me. You know, we were okay. I wasn't really thinking about that anymore. It was more along the lines of, I started to realize as I was looking around what had happened. You know, first I was thinking microburst, okay, wind came through, wow, it was really bad. I had not fully processed what had happened. CJ, how are you? I hadn't fully processed it yet. And, you know, basically the long and the short of it is, you know, it started dawning on me where the trays had gone, what had actually happened. I'm walking down the street and I start seeing debris, and I started to process it because if you've ever walked down Sunset Boulevard, it's all palm trees. The debris was not palm trees. It was the tree that snapped. So all of that debris.
Oh yeah, that was from that tree, no
came
doubt.
From the tree that was, you know, we're talking hundreds of yards away. And that was when I started to go, and I said it to Jen after we signed off. I was like, you know, there was not a palm frond around. There were pieces of palm tree that had blown off, but no palm fronds that had blown off. But all of the leaves and all of the branches, there's none of those trees around. They're not there. So all of that debris was carried, if you will. So that's a good ways to carry something. That's why we're thinking, you know, that debris path was from a mini tornado. So as we're walking down the street, and it was when we got up right to where it breaks, and you could go down the stairs towards Brown Derby, that I looked over and I realized the whole courtyard had nothing but debris in it. And it started to go, well, wait a second.
Where did that come?
This isn't good. And then I looked to my left, and the camera was still pointed the other direction. And I started to realize what was going on the road. And that's when you hear me go, oh, wow, look, it's even in the street. And I turned the gimbal, and I turned and I walked that way. And Jen and Bella kind of went the other direction. And I walk out on the road, and I realized, you can see it. There's limbs, there's trees, the parts everywhere. It was just everywhere. It was inside the fountain. It was just sprawled across the road. So I hadn't seen the tree yet. So I turn and I start to walk up the street. And
Bella and I are like, oh my God.
But what happened is I'm like, and you even hear me say, let's walk and talk. Because at that point I was like, all right, let's move past this. I didn't want Bella to totally freak out. It was already bad enough. We were trying to get past it. And at that moment, I kind of looked over at where the tree was, and you hear me go, "Oh my God, a tree came down," because the branch that broke off was so big, I thought it was a tree. Later, we come to learn it had snapped from above the tower that they project from for the shows, and had actually come down. So anybody who was over there, it's why I started asking the cast members, "Are you okay?" Because at that point, I was really worried that someone had gotten hurt, and because for that to come off and to come down the way that it did, someone could have really, really gotten hurt, and that means that all that debris came out of that tree, blew down the street. Um, it really was tremendous. Hang on a second. Someone asked me, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
No.
Like I know people that were at some of the other parks and they had the what are you talking about?
No one.
Someone I know was in Trolley Car Cafe, and they were about to go jump over to Epcot, and they're like, "Let's go get a coffee." So they went into Trolley Car Cafe, and they had the doors are those. They have these huge doors on the side that are usually open. The cast members were like struggling to close them, and everyone huddled up in there, and they're like, "I had to have a cookie to pass the time." I'm like, "Well, that's
carrot cake cookie. I wish I was in there. I would have had one of those instead.
But
but and to everybody who's saying about the warning system, I don't disagree with you. But let me also say this to you:
just kind of happens.
there was no time. I bet you that it would have hit and the alarms would have went off after. As a matter of fact, when you hear the beeping noise in the video, I even said to Jen at the time, "Is that their warning system going off? That would be ironic."
No, it was someone in their little rascal
two,
scooter.
Two people in rascal scooters backing up at the same time, and it was going beep beep beep.
It's like that's
beep.
a scooter.
And
You can't move.
I kind of was like, "All right, well, that makes sense." But the whole experience, it really is. It's something else. Like I said, if it was just me, I wouldn't have cared. As a matter of fact, I have a short video on YouTube that is me standing in town square in the front of Magic Kingdom when lightning hit the train tower, the train station right in front of me. And I don't care about those things. They don't bother me. Weather doesn't scare me. I find it absolutely fascinating. And honestly, I wish I was there by myself because it would not have been nearly as tense for me. I would have literally I probably would have, I don't know.
You might have been on the other side of the park. You might not have been there.
I may not have been there at all. Yeah, I may not have been there.
Because it's one of the only eateries that's open.
Yep. It was just a matter
food,
of chance. I mean, legitimately, nowhere else in the park was affected. It was right where we were. I keep saying to people, you have to look at it one way or the other. We were either in the wrong place at the right time or the right place at the wrong time. And let's see. Well, it's kind of my nature, Amanda. I am one of those type of people who I grew up in a house of first responders. And it's just my mentality. I'm the kind of person that, people always say, "Are you the kind of person that runs to or from?" I run to.
He runs to. I've watched him do it.
Yeah. It's who I am.
There was a motorcycle accident behind our house once, and he jumped a fence practically to make sure everybody was okay. It was like, where are you going?
It's who I am. When things are in crisis, I'm not patting myself in the back, but I'm at my best. Those things don't bother me. Don't let me go up in the air because I'm not going to help you at all. But you're on the ground. I'm the guy you want to count on me because I'll be there. I'm just not going up in heights. If it had happened at Tower Terror, I would have sat back and filmed. Let me catch up on this. How's Bella? She was really terrified.
She's terrified of thunder and lightning. Those are not her things.
And the truth is, Dragon Slayer, when you're looking at anything radar wise, and I'm somebody who I like to pretend I'm a meteorologist. I'm very good at predicting the weather. This was not on there. I was looking at the weather app about 2 minutes before it happened.
I think we had a storm chaser in our chat at the time.
Believe it or not, if you go back and look, there was a weatherman in our chat, which was really kind of ironic. But I was literally on AccuWeather, and matter of fact, you and I were talking about it at the time, Dave. That and I said it's not a big deal. The worst had passed because on the app it wasn't there. The radar did not show what came. I eventually will look and see. Um, let's see. So, basically, the long and the short of it is, it was, it just wasn't there, and it appeared out of nowhere. It came in so fast, and you hear me say it in the video. There it is. And at that point, I figured, we had our warning. It was going to be 50-mile-an-hour winds. I felt it. It wasn't that big a deal. We got a little wet. Okay, I expected that. I didn't really actually even expect what came at 50 miles an hour, because it's not usually that powerful. And then what came after that was unbelievable. To be in the position with my family that way, the biggest thing I can tell you is I'm going to kick myself in my own ass, because I felt like I put them in harm's way. I should have reacted differently when it was going. We were kind of. I was laissez-faire about it, because I do watch the weather down here, and I'm 95% of the time, 98% of the time, I'm right. This happened to be the one time I was wrong. I was wrong. Let me catch up. How's Bella? Yeah, so
Yeah, we
Bella.
did that.
Bella was, you could see the look on her face. I mean, this is the best I can tell you. Right there, that look on her face, that's a petrified child. Now, on the upside, that kid is strong as nails. Um, how she bounced back afterwards, I can tell you right now, as a parent, I can't be more proud of her than I was 10, 15 minutes after. She bounced back. She was super resilient. Um, that kid's tough. I can tell you right now, there's nothing she's scared of except thunder and lightning. That kid, she's tough as nails. And when she said, no, I want to go on Rise Resistance, I waited all day for it. I almost laughed. There was a part of me that kind of did laugh. She's like, I waited, 6 hours to go on this. I want to go. And I was like, you sure? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, and I even said, and you hear me say it in the video, I don't want her to be scared of the theme parks. So I'm big on get back on that horse and push, because we need to not be afraid of something. See, I love the lightning, but I hate thunder. See, thunder and lightning, me, I happen to love it. I happen to love it. I don't like necessarily being outside in Florida in it, but to sit back and watch, or be in somewhere where it's safe, I could sit there and watch it at the beach all day. I think it's phenomenal. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
One of the things I would say to you is, yeah, the temp definitely dropped. It got cold. The rain was cold. The temperature afterwards was cold. The temperature during was really cold.
And then it started to warm up a little.
It got its humidity back.
Yeah.
But it was cold.
Because Bella wanted to go in the store. I'm like, we're gonna freeze if we go in there. And that's when she's like, well, I think I want to stay and go on the ride. Like,
yeah.
Whoa, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, when I looked around, and I didn't put her on film, and that was a conscious decision not to do it, because if you see when the two girls they were directly in my frame. I don't know what in the world possessed them to go out to that column, but whatever it was, her brain, she panicked. And if I was still on the other side of the table, I probably would have grabbed her, because it was not the smartest move. But at that point, I had already moved, and I was already over my family, which was my responsibility.
I still didn't understand, because I was watching her, like I was holding Bella, but I was watching her out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, why are they going towards it? And I guess they thought it was going to block things, because I don't know. I was very confused.
Well, and Jaquetta, that was it. Was I was in the process of moving, and when the first girl was standing on the outside of that column, and the other one was going to her, I actually heard what she said, and that was what made me not really react. Plus, I process information in a crisis situation very, very quickly. I don't mean anything about this, and I hesitate to say it because it's the right thing, but it might make me sound bad. My responsibility was Bella and Jen first, and afterwards I could respond. But at that moment, had I been sitting where I was sitting when I was originally just sitting there, I would have probably grabbed her because it was stupid. When she went outside, I mean, she literally was behind the pillar, and it was probably more so because the wind was driving through, and I think she thought that that was safe. But boy, was it stupid. And then afterwards, you see the father walk up to her, and he's holding on to the two girls. You know, I think it was a mother and a father. I'm not 100% sure. It could have been two sisters and a dad. Um, but you could clearly see, I mean, they were not okay. And the woman who I was standing there talking to, who I didn't put on film, she visibly was shaking. They had a young baby, and you could hear me saying, "Oh, he probably didn't care. He was just like, hey, give me some food." And he was literally sitting there just chomping away. He didn't care. He was eating Cheerios and having a great time. But the parents were shaking. The kid who was like, "Oh, we're on YouTube," and he was like, "Hey, what's up?"
He's like,
Um,
I'm finally on YouTube, is what he said, was even
Yeah,
funnier.
and he's like, "Hey, you need to post it on YouTube." I'm like, "We were live," and he's like, "Really?" And I showed him my camera. That's why you see the camera move, so he could see that we were streaming. And you know, the other family members, he's like, "Hey, we're on YouTube," and I said, "You could tell everybody this. Look at their faces. When you look at their faces, because I realized it at the time. That was when I turned the camera. They were shaken. You know, everybody who was there. If you notice at the end, I say everyone was huddled together. That wasn't during. That was after.
Except the two people drinking the beers that were behind you, which I just found
Jedi.
comical. Like,
And it really was kind of funny because they were protecting their beer to make sure it didn't go anywhere, which I don't blame them. If you saw the amount of food and there was merch that flew through the air.
it was kind of
I
crazy.
mean, like merch, whoop, right through the air.
Some
And
girl lost her license. It, like, I guess it fell out of her hand and it just flew away. And
Yep.
she found it because she was like, "How am I gonna get home?" And I'm like, "Oh boy."
yeah, it was not a good situation. And I mean, you expect rain, you expect some of the things. I did not expect that.
No.
And I mean,
But we're both good in the crisis afterwards.
We are.
Like, but we were okay. So it wasn't
I,
like
I
somebody
wasn't
broke
bad because
something.
nothing happened.
No, that's what I'm saying.
know,
Nobody broke or got
Yeah.
like seriously hurt or anything like that.
And nobody around us got hurt,
No.
which is
They got
absolutely,
very wet.
yeah. I mean, the truth is I think what was so amazing about it was no one in the park got hurt.
No one got hit with a tray.
Nothing happened. Well, I mean, the only person who may have gotten hit was me,
Yeah.
but I have no idea because the backpack that I wear every day. When I bent over, I was kind of huddled down and I had bent my head over. And I'm sure you saw in the video, I had my hat on backwards. That was done deliberate so that if anything hit me, I was I mean, it's a hat. It's not going to do much or probably anything. But the thought was if I turn my hat around, whatever comes up behind me will hit the hat. It won't hit me square in the back of the head. And I kind of had my head tucked down and had my backpack on, and that backpack's got 40 pounds worth of stuff in it. Now, the way that those trays were around us, it's really possible that they were hitting off of me. Now, I don't know, but I know for a fact that they hit the column next to me because I watched it and I heard it hit. It was interesting. What's up, Adam? Microburst is my nickname in college. The memories. So
And for other reasons, I'm sure.
we are well aware of
Yes.
that. But it was an interesting experience. We had a bunch of people ask. That's why I released the video today because a lot of people were like, "What do you mean it's in a 7-hour stream? Where do I find it?"
Yes, my mom's like, "Well,
Our
where?"
parents wanted to see it. So
And I'm like, "You can watch the whole thing." And she's like, well.
yeah. And I
Like-
figured if I was going to release it, I may as well break it down and show what I was seeing, what I heard, what I thought at the time, because I've had a lot of time to look at it. So
My brother's kids watched it. They thought it was cool. They were glad their cousin was okay, but they were like, my brother called me. They were like, "Mom, they're in a big storm right now." They're like, and the one kid's like, "I wish I was there." The 5-year-old was like, "What?"
like I said, if the circumstances were different, I would have enjoyed it. And that's the crazy part of me. In this, in the sense of,
Oh, Chiquetta, that's fantastic.
um,
Oh.
yeah, well, the two of them, and at the end of the day, what it comes down to is it was it was an interesting experience. One I don't intend on going through again. And what's really funny about it is, for most of you who watch us, we're pretty well prepared for most things. On most given days, there's at least one poncho in our backpack.
I don't know what it would have done. It might have ripped apart.
I could have covered Bella with it.
No,
We
I
could have
got
covered the
that.
two
The
of
camera.
you. Well, I don't care about the camera. I would have put the two of you guys under it. It would have kept you guys a little bit drier or whatever. And basically the long and the short of it is, we were very lucky, very fortunate. I'm going to let Jen talk to you guys for just a second. I have to answer this text. It's DC from DC and Michelle Do. They had a family emergency. I just need to check on them. So hang on just a second for me.
But all in all, we're okay. Again, thank you for all the messages and everything else. I was standing in line with Trish's chat today, and I became the talk of the chat for a little bit because Trish actually had watched the stream as well. And everybody that watched the clip was just like, wow, are you guys okay? And a lot of people, as they said, if you were in another park, you had no idea what was going on. It was limited to that one area. Now, yes, it rained in all of Hollywood Studios, no doubt, but it was limited to the one area of Hollywood Studios that it just whipped through that one section. And when you couldn't see, hi Adam, and when you couldn't see the tower anymore, that's when it was like, oh, this is pretty real. But we're okay. Because when we went back and watched the stream and we could hear, and I think we only cut out for 20, 30 seconds.
Wasn't long.
It wasn't long where you had the gray screen and then we came right back. But yeah, we were soaking wet. It was crazy. It was not, and we had the one towel, and it's funny because I grabbed the towel to take with us, and I was actually going to bring a bigger towel, and looking back, it probably would have been better if I brought the bigger towel. But other than that, I don't know what else to say.
Boy,
I've been talking about it all day.
Yeah, you're so good at this.
I've been talking about it all day. So it was a very interesting experience. I've been in all kinds of weather situations. I was in after earthquake aftershocks, but I've never experienced sitting in the middle of a tornado, so to say. So, and it could have been, you had said it could be a water spout. It could have been a water spout in the middle of Orlando.
I was kind of joking around.
When you had said that, I'm like, what?
I was trying to make light of it at the end because, one of the things and everyone who knows me knows this, if I'm making jokes, everything's okay.
Yeah. So it's like,
when Bella's scared, when Bella's sad, when Bella's, down, whatever, she knows if Daddy's joking, it's okay. And at that point, that's why I started making jokes like, hey, at least the gimbal's okay. Or I made a joke about the water coming off my hat. I made a couple of jokes. I was trying to get her to realize if Daddy's joking, it's okay. They didn't shut the rides down from what we understand.
Slinky Dog and
went
the
down.
Alien. Swirly Saucers went down. Because I think the rain was gusting through there, and that's probably what they should have done.
What was so amazing is Tower was running. It was running right after too. It never stopped. Not that at least that I saw, because
That's been interesting.
I saw the doors opening and closing.
Because when the doors open, I wonder how much rain.
Can you imagine? You open the door up and there's a 100-mile-an-hour wind gust with rain coming in, or a tree limb. I mean, it was something else. But
well, that's like the day before when we were in Magic Kingdom, and I mean, it was a torrential downpour. And we got off of the Buzz Lightyear ride. Everyone was huddled in the gift shop, and cast members were going nuts because people were just standing in the middle of the doorway.
Yeah, they're freaking out. It's like, I understand you can't block the exit and everything, but at the same time, where do you want us to go? You want to push people outside, you're gonna get people that are gonna react to it.
I think Slinky had been shut down for a little bit because there was
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
there
one
was inclement
thing.
weather anyway.
That's the one thing they're good about. Like they'll shut down like the outdoor roller coasters at Magic Kingdom. They'll shut down the Astro Orbiters. We were in, was it Busch Gardens or SeaWorld that one day? And we were about to get on a ride and they're like, no, we're shutting down because the bad weather's coming.
Yeah.
And I don't think it ever rained actually.
You know, the truth is most of the theme parks are really good about it. And I'm not saying that Disney isn't. It's just in this case, and I was a little quick to rush to judgment, only because my family was there. Looking back at it in retrospect, I'm really not sure that there's anything that could have happened that they could have done. They're pretty good at. They have something called a Code 101, and that is for their cast members to get out of harm's way, and it's usually done in advance.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We didn't hear that go off. There was one cast member, and they were off to the side. I didn't hear anything. The truth is before, during, and after, there were no cast members around, even off to the side where I could see them over by the food. There just wasn't anybody there. So, whether it was by design or whatever, I don't know. But keeping in mind where we were sitting was also by an employee entrance where they go to the back of the park. Because we were sitting in between, where the road goes up to where the two the double doors open where they take trash and stuff. But it was amazing. I mean, like I said, in retrospect, I don't really think there's no instantaneous alarm service. I mean, if you've ever seen the movie Twister, they're always like, hey, look, you can give somebody like 5 minutes worth of warning. There was no warning. There was no time for warning. It went from, and by the way, it never stopped being sunny. That's the thing,
It goes, yeah, you can see something like the far sky. Yeah.
You even see me in the video say, look right here, there's sun. And,
that's why it made no sense.
and now it wasn't sunny during it. That was because what came right over us. But before and after, it was sunny. It came from the direction of Galaxy's Edge. Now, we were back there. You guys went back there with us. There was no damage back there. There was nothing turned over. It was just rainy. So what happened is it came in strong. It picked up steam. It went right over the top of, where Frozen is, the Frozen sing-along. And when it dropped in, it hit that tree and it came right down the road. And it went right through us. So now the one thing that, and I wish I had done, I wish I had walked over by Rock and Roller Coaster. If I had really realized what was going on, and if I'd been by myself, I would have been up and down the street. I would have acted like a reporter. We do not have dogs. We have fish.
Yes.
They're like dogs.
Well.
They come when they're called and when we put food down.
When you tap on the glass.
So when you tap on the glass, they come right up to the glass. They're like, hey. But I wish I had gone to Rock and Roller Coaster. I wish that I had turned around and looked around. We went out and went to the.
I think it's the neighbors.
I don't know about that one. We may be going through another thunderstorm right now. Yeah, the truth is I've been through tornadoes. I've been through hurricanes. I've been through tropical storms. There's really nothing I have not been through. Living on the South Carolina coast and the Florida coast and the middle of Florida, I have legitimately seen almost every form of weather you can have. And I lived up in the north when I was a kid, and I've seen blizzards, and I've watched the sky turn all different kinds of colors for snow. I know exactly what you're talking about, that eerie color that comes, it almost becomes like the world becomes HD. And sometimes there's a quiet or a silence or an eeriness that happens. None of that happened here. It was raining. It actually had calmed down. Adam was sitting here telling us about the kid from Mickey Vlogs. We were contemplating getting up and starting to walk. Bella was trying to finish eating. And then all of a sudden I looked at the radar and I was like, we're going to get a little bit of this. Let's just hang out for a minute. And from what it looked like your typical storm. It turned out that we happened to be right on the bullseye. And, it's funny because when they talk about weather and they always say, it's a 50-50 chance. it's not a 50-50 that it's going to rain. It's a 50-50 that you're going to be impacted by it. And I think that always gets lost on people. There's a 100% chance of rain in Florida, okay, during the summer. It's, are you in the place that's going to get rained upon? And I think that's where, there's a common misconception. It's like, oh, well, it's a 50-50 chance of rain. No, it's going to rain. It's, will the clouds come over exactly where you are? That's what it boils down to. And we generally try to prepare for it. We're usually better than what happened. It's just, every now and then you get caught off guard. I was completely caught off guard by it. There's no other way about it, because the truth is if you guys know where we were, there was a store across the street. If I really thought that was coming, I would have bolted. I would have literally picked Bella up and put her under my arm, and I would have ran for it. If I knew this was coming, we would have been indoors. We would have been against this. We would have been anywhere but where we were, because we were exposed. And I made a conscious decision at that point that we were fine. We had a roof over our head. I didn't have to worry about it. I knew we weren't going to get hit by lightning. I knew we were okay. We just were not in a good spot. Yeah, it's a cooking channel. We yesterday we made hot dogs. Chili cheese dog and hamburger. At least, and the upside to it is, at least we had already eaten. Because if you noticed all the food on the ground, I'd have been pissed.
I would have been mad. It's not like,
I'd have been pissed. I'm not going to tell you that if I spent $30 on food and it blew away, I wouldn't have been pissed off. I would have been. I would not have been a happy.
So those people were protecting their $13 beers. I mean, come on.
I accept you. I don't blame them. But at the end of the day, we appreciate everybody's support. We appreciate everybody, the well wishes, everybody asking. If there's anything else we can answer for you, I think I've beaten this horse probably about 9,500 times to death between the video and the explanation. But I'm happy to explain anything if you guys want to know. But more than likely, what we're going to do is kind of move on to what my original topic was supposed to be before we got hit by a microburst. One of the things that happened over the weekend, which was kind of cool, was I woke up Saturday, and I kind of touched on it a couple of times. I haven't really gotten into it. Saturday, I was, when the tornado took my beer. Yeah, the truth is,
are you going to replace the food too?
Well, yeah, and thank you, Amy. I actually, we got in the car and we were driving home, and I actually asked that question to Jen. I said, if my food blew away, do I have I got my receipt. It's wet, but there's my hot dog. It's on the ground. I bet you Disney looks at you and goes, probably should have eaten faster.
I could share that tidbit that I found out today about food in Epcot, but I won't right now. Go on to your topic.
Go right on.
Okay, so
this is interesting.
I was on Instagram, and I follow obviously a lot of Disney accounts, and a woman and her husband were in Epcot. I think it was a few days ago, and they ate at the in the UK pavilion where you get the fish and chips. I forget the name of the place because I don't eat there. So they got the fish and chips, and they got some kind of pastry. It was like pastry dough. It looked like there was meat and a bunch of stuff in it. So they're sitting there eating, and there was a rock in the pastry. It was this little black pebble. And it's
not that small.
It wasn't that. I mean, it was probably about this big, like quarter size, I would say.
Probably there.
And I mean, it was a black rock, and it almost broke the man's tooth. So they went up and they told him what happened. It wasn't Rose and Crown. I forget the name of the place. I'll look it up in a second. But they went up to the stand. They showed him the rock, told him what happened, and they refunded their money. They didn't apologize or give any kind of explanation.
And they kind of gave him an attitude.
Swept under the rug. So that was my little tidbit, which I found interesting because we're talking about replacing food. And I just wanted to share that with everyone because it's not a known thing. She just kind of nonchalantly posted it on Instagram. But the rock was black, and they made like marks on the table with it. Like you could have drawn on the asphalt.
Now it's really funny that you should say that, Amanda, because
Let me
For
find the
those
name
of
the
you who
restaurant.
did not actually see us on Instagram today, I'm going to turn this up for you.
That's really funny.
So I actually had put that in there about the Wizard of Oz because it was the first thing that popped into my head. Yeah, like no doubt, Adam. And that's the thing is I think it was handled very poorly. I think that a lot of the cast members who've come in probably skipped some of Disney University. They're going to have to go back and do some guest services interactions. um, I deal with a tremendous amount of cast members. Matter of fact, we dealt with one yesterday. He was phenomenal. He was pre-COVID. He was absolutely spectacular.
It was I'll tell you what it was. It was the Yorkshire County Fish Shop. Is that little stand where you can buy fish and chips. And it was a chicken and mushroom pastry that they had. So it was like one of those English pastry things. I wish I had some UK people in here right now.
It's too late at night.
It's too late. It's
They might
so
be
early
getting
in
up
the
soon.
morning. But yeah, I was kind of like, and he was enjoying it and he wanted to finish eating it. She's like, no.
Hair, rocks, glass. I'm pretty much done eating at that point. But yeah, I mean, I would have made a beeline for guest services, and at that point, you're going to have an issue. You're going to have a problem.
Have a magical lawsuit.
It's Disney's got to start to step up a little bit with certain things. You're hearing it on all the different vlogs. For those of you who tuned into. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. Let's see. Did it freeze? We just lost our internet at our house. We've had storms in the area. So it looks like our router just went down for a minute. So Jen's resetting that. So I'm on my phone. The advantages of having this are already loaded was the fact that it was already sitting on my phone. So just let me know when you see this. We are back. Okay. Doesn't Loki. That's funny. Yeah, I had everything loaded for Loki on my phone. So I kind of have everything set up for it that way. So
You're on the Loki stream.
no, I happen to be in the Explorer. It says Explorer variant. So instead of the cool Explorers. See you first, Jen. So
We're working on it.
we're resetting.
Let's see.
Let's see.
It's probably lagging. I'm not surprised. It's gonna lag because our cell is in the house. We're in a little bunker.
Yeah, the one thing I don't have to worry about is anything flying through my house. We live in a concrete bunker. So just whoops. Sorry about that.
Let's work on this a second.
Let's see. Let's see. We've got no internet. That'll work for a minute.
Or they're doing maintenance because they like to do that.
Well, they don't realize that I run a show in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just put this right here for the moment. Now you can really see my Marvel shirt and my double chin. Life of a YouTuber. That's right. Spectrum loves to do this in the middle of the night. But just like yesterday, you rolled punches. You just keep going. Um, yeah. So what I was saying was, even Drew was saying on his show before that Disney's asking a lot from us, and they're not giving a ton in return. And he was kind of making fun of some other things, like Casey's looks like it's going to be reopening. At least that's what it seems like because they have a new menu. And one of the things off with mac and cheese, and they were all the things again. No, there it is.
We have an outage alert is the problem.
We have an app. All right, so can you grab the gimbal, or you can grab the old gimbal if you want. I don't really care. We have a Spectrum outage alert for.
So
Let me just gimbal real quick.
what happens when I'm watching a movie?
Because you're up late. I'll start this up real quick. Oh wow, that was your daughter and son-in-law. So hang on everybody, you're gonna go for a ride. The guest on Drew's show were Jaquetta's daughter and son-in-law.
Oh, that's hilarious.
DC's here. We're on all physical issues. Let's get that up and going. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm a little crooked. Let's see if I can get that to offset. Screen is not stable. Are we a little bit better right now? Let me know how things are sounding, everybody. And as soon as I can switch back over to, it's very intermittent.
That's how it's gonna be. I don't. The best cell's upstairs.
All right, let me move.
Just don't do it work. Keep it on your food.
I planned on it. Let's see. You like our? We still have birthday stuff for Bella.
That's no, I don't even go over there.
I'm not going over there. I'm trying to get somewhere where.
All the time.
Let's see. Do. All right. So can everybody hear me? Or am I more stable, or just not in general? Yeah, Jaquetta, it's like being in the parks with us. You're getting a house tour. It's probably hackers. Yeah, look, it's part of doing this. Here, look, presidential
tourist is in.
presidential tourist is here, so this way I can look very presidential. I'll stand in between my drapes. There it is.
Yeah, it's very like, oh,
What?
it might be resetting itself. The internet. It's doing all kinds of wacky things.
Our router's about 14 different colors right now. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, this is part of the fun. I just don't know if you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, I can continue. If not, I'll keep walking around till I find a sweet spot. Man, it's like, ow. Do.
They can hear you. They can hear you.
Okay, well, just hang in there.
All right, you're blue. Now that light's got to be blue.
So anyway, I feel like I'm in Hollywood Studios yesterday when I couldn't get a signal. You know, I went my Wi-Fi on. Oh, I turned it off. I was smart enough to do that. One thing I did right. Yeah, Spectrum sucks. I would love to be less blunt, but we lose cell. I see all the time. It's just the way it goes. Am I on or no? Actually, turn on TV. This way we can actually see if it's on. This way you can do what you're doing.
How can I see if it's on the TV?
Oh, we don't have TV.
Like,
Yeah, I forgot.
you were there. I don't know what happened. You're blue.
I see 14 different colors right now.
You're lagging.
How about now? Better now. Shockingly, you're still on. Amanda says you're F. We can hear you. Well, in that case, I definitely won't say the F word, like Amanda just did. Ooh. You know, I thought I heard Disney fireworks a few minutes ago. Because let me turn around. I've told you guys that we live right by the castle, and if you can see that tree right here. Hey, you know what? We have a light that goes on outside. This is going to be bright. Ta-da! So, over my head right here, it's actually right here. Is the Magic Kingdom. It's literally right there. So I was listening to fireworks a little while ago. So who knows? Maybe they'll shoot off more. Now, I will tell you that at the end of our road, they've been doing road construction. Tip of the castle. No, I wish. If I was that close, they would charge me more money to live here. But let me kind of turn it around and show you. Nope, wrong thing. I hit the wrong button. My bad. Do. So, you can see the moon up there, right there. Matt, the castle is literally right here. When I look out my bedroom window, when fireworks go off, they're right here. So, oh, Adam, they asked me where you were, and I narked you out. Let's let's see. What did I miss? Yeah. So, yeah, you're gonna laugh, but I'm outside. That's the only way I could get anything. The stormtroopers. They do. They're up high when they come out. Um, but yeah, that is literally. And if it like on a night like tonight where it's cloudy, if the castle still has its lights on, you can actually see there's points of light like this. Where it's really in the night, we're gonna do a work start up again, and I'm about so. But imagine my neighbors right now. It's, my neighbors hate me. So, but that's half the fun. But literally, that glow you see right here, that is Magic Kingdom. If Jen were to shut off the light and I were to show it to you, you'll actually see it's glowing. I didn't see where you offended him. Wait, Amanda offended somebody? Who did you offend, Amanda? You can't offend anybody in here. If Adam hasn't offended anybody, you definitely haven't offended anyone. So, one little spark. I wish they were in here. We could have some fun. DC, I saw your comment. Hang on a second. It wasn't a comment, was it? You sent me a text message. And of course, now I'm on my phone. DC, if you're still in here, the answer is yes to whatever. I'm good. Um, so basically, what I was saying before was that, Disney has asked a lot out of us, and they've taken a lot away from us. Oh, yeah, no, I said F. I didn't mean to. You just put F. It's okay. You're totally fine, Amanda. Don't worry about it. Um, did you notice the person who comments right below you? He doesn't offend anybody. I said, Dave, I said, with all I say this with all of the kindness, but no, dude, I know what's going on with you guys right now. So, like I said, there is no apology required, needed, or wanted. Um, and we're here to help if we can. So, no, everybody's good. Everything's fine. If you didn't see yesterday's footage, you got to go back and watch the video I posted. We were in a tornado, in a little mini tornado in Hollywood Studios. That's cool. I can see Legoland from. That's that's messed up. I figured that Legoland would have the lights on. We almost moved down there. That was a heavy consideration for us at one point. But yeah, there's a beautiful moon right there. So, yeah, but you got Space Coast. You're out there by Titusville, so I mean, you got the great rockets. Now, what's funny is we can see them from here. Um, in the condo we moved into before we moved out where we are right now, I actually have videos of rockets taking off. Can't hear them, you can just see them. That's no moon. That's a space station. That's fantastic. Does anybody know what movie he's quoting? Hi, Jen. Do we have internet back? That's always interesting. So we're still without internet.
Okay, we're on.
Hi,
No,
bud.
there's no internet. The best signal is. So you want to laugh?
Yeah. The best. The best signal inside our house is in our bathroom. That's about right.
Like I had 5G through bars if I stood in front of the dresser, and then if I could,
What about at my chair at my desk?
if we moved the chair over, it might work. But 'cause I don't know when the internet's coming back.
That's spectacular.
Because it actually went to 3 bars of 5G when I went upstairs.
Because I'm not going to stand out here all night.
No, you're
that
not
would be
actually.
stupid. All right, well, let's mosey. Let's all mosey inside, because I'm getting eaten alive by bugs, and I'm outside in sweatpants.
Let me see how. I don't know how to put your thumbs. So boots.
That's fantastic. I thought it was boob
Toilet
time.
Bowl food review?
Yeah, where's
'Cause
Toilet
he
Bowl
would
food review? He would
this.
appreciate that now. All right, let's head inside because I'm getting eaten alive. If I drop off, I'll pick you back up upstairs.
All right, I will.
Okay, stream at my. It's always something. Turn your hair down. It's not so hot. All right. Do. Yes, it is a field trip. Let's see. Sounds good to me. Don't mind me. I have to move a few things so I can sit down. Okay. Let's set you guys up right there. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's see if I can get this right. Do. There's our turtle. All right, well, that's going to have to do. Anyhow, so I have to be up to argue with people in the morning. Ooh, I like a good argument. Signal is better in here. Yes, this is way better. It's more comfortable too, because I get to sit in my office chair. So let me just slide my desk over so that I can put down my gimbal, which would be kind of important because if not, this is going to be a long night. There we go. And there we go. Okay. Anyway, thank you for telling me signal is good. Remember once we can put in a beautiful. Adam, who you arguing with? That's the key. It means you're hungry, by the way, Amanda. Anywho, I was actually trying to make a point before Spectrum decided to, rain on my parade. Yeah, it sounds good. I just know you guys have a ton going on, so at the moment we're just gonna. All I do is argue 10 hours a day. It's a blast. You should tell other engineers. Yeah, I know that there's a lot going on with you guys, so I figure at the moment we're gonna kind of let everything just kind of quiet down. That's why we went on, did the thing tonight, and figured I would kind of chat with you offline a little later or tomorrow. How are you feeling, by the way? And thank you, Amy. We appreciate that because none of us have said it tonight. If you like bad streams that are unstable like its host, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and hit the notification bell so that you too can enjoy this more than once. That's fantastic. You have to promise me one thing though. If you're cooking, you have to keep your clothes on. Let's see. We are just on a date. I know you are. I know you are. You guys have a lot going on. And you're in our thoughts and prayers, no doubt. I like when I came in. So, but basically, thank you, Amanda. They need it at the moment. They've got a lot going on. Here comes Jen joining us. You all right?
Uh-huh.
Can I help you?
No.
Here, I'll switch with you. I'll take that. This way you have another hand. And I just gave everybody a close-up of my forehead.
I don't even know if you're like really. Are you lagging, guys?
No, I'm good. They said the signal's actually good in here.
Okay.
We just got to close the door so the bell doesn't hear me talking very
Here,
loud.
just in case.
Loudly.
I'm gonna go to
loud?
bed, everybody.
Jen says, and she's out. Let's see. Yeah, without a doubt, dude. Look, you got a bunch of stuff that's going on at the moment. It's a good forehead. It's shiny.
Shiny.
I was gonna sing that, Jen. So anyway, so basically where we were before Spectrum decided to come in and drop a bomb on my feed.
So what annoys me most, everybody.
Never mind.
Now I'll tell you that. What annoys me most is I literally just paid the bill. And I mean, I know this isn't because of that, but every time I pay my bill, like the same night, the internet goes out. This happened last month.
Stop paying the bill.
I guess I just don't pay it.
When I tried live streamed at the park, so actually that's actually what we're going on to in just a second, presidential tour. So it's going to be about Disney live streaming. That was what this was supposed to be about. And I'll finish up with what I was saying before and move on. Even Drew was saying we're paying more and getting less, and I'm going to finish that thought, which was at some point it's going to have to come back to us, and it's going to come down to us complaining to guest services, all of us together saying, hey, enough is enough. We want this back. We want that back. We want price cuts, things like that. And that'll help facilitate this a little bit. Fantastic. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to do tonight was I have been bombarded, and I mean this in the nicest way possible because it's actually a huge compliment. We have grown very quickly, as most of you have seen. I mean, we went up 70 subscribers in 2 days, which is just nuts in my mind. There's been a lot of growth. It's been coming at us from all sides too. We've had viewers like yourselves telling us we love what you're doing. You're becoming our favorite channel, things like that were just fantastic and make us feel really good. We've had YouTubers with not as many subscribers asking us, what are you doing? And then I've had the YouTubers that have more subscribers than us that are saying, what are you doing? And also keep it up. And then we've had some other outside entities that have had we've had direct correlation with. And what kind of happened was on Saturday morning, I watch Nick Nimmin's most Saturdays. And I subscribe to Think Media, and as a matter of fact, I've been contemplating joining with Think Media. So, bombarded basically just everybody. I've had DMs, I've had emails, you name it. I've had questions about how we're doing what we're doing. How do we get better at Disney live streaming or Disney vlogging? How do you do it? What equipment do you use? All those things. So I kind of wanted to stop and kind of go over a couple of things. Let me start off with saying I have no idea. I can tell you the hardest thing that we've been doing is when you're making individual videos and you're going out there, you have got to hit the algorithms perfectly. You have got to, I highly recommend vidIQ or TubeBuddy. I am a TubeBuddy affiliate. I will post it in this video after we're done. I will post the affiliate link. I do get money from it if you guys join. So if you're going to join TubeBuddy, please don't do it without signing up through me, because that's something that would greatly affect us, and I would greatly appreciate it. It also helps boost my TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy is something very simple for YouTubers. It helps us keep track of our stats. It helps us keep track of literally everything. It's where I post from my milestones. It tells me what my on my actual YouTube page. It tells me what I'm doing. If I go on your page, it tells me what you're doing. And Jen will pull up the TubeBuddy in just a few minutes and drop that.
Do we have? I don't even know.
There's an affiliate link. If you go into TubeBuddy, you'll find it.
On the website, not on the app.
I believe it's on the website, but you might want to. I'm almost positive it's not in the app. So
I'm having some internet issues.
I'm sure you are.
My signal's worse over here. So.
How do you deal with trolls in your chat? And why do you?
How do I deal with trolls?
That's how we deal with trolls. We send them free stuff, and they generally become friends. But with TubeBuddy and vidIQ, it helps you monitor your stats. Your stats are important. I don't care what anyone says. I've heard a lot of people say, "Don't worry about it. Just go out and do what you're doing." That is true to a degree. Being yourself is something we'll get to in a minute. But one of the things that's super important, is having great people around you, being yourself, doing what you're supposed to do. But if you're not tracking what your people want to see, they won't be there. And that's one of the main mantras of our channel is we want to be there for you guys. We want to do what you guys want to do. Now, I do know that there's a good portion of you who are YouTubers and live streamers. And that's why we were like, you know what, after what happened on Saturday, which I'm going to go through in just a second, that's why this video is being made. That's why we're doing this. So Saturday morning, I went into and I was watching Nick Nimmin's, and he had 3 people on his show, one of which was Sean Cannell from Think Media. And that was where I met Dole Whip Dad. I had never met Jeff before in a chat. I've never met him before, period, really. And so what kind of happened was this. I kept asking the same question in different ways. I have been in marketing for a very long time, and basically, I know that if you continue to ask the same question over and over and over again, eventually they're going to do this. Now, I know from watching Nick's shows in the past what questions he likes to answer. So I kept phrasing the question until I got it the way he wanted it. And so I asked a question, and it had to do with, well, how do I improve my growth against some of the larger channels? And basically, I was the last question of the day. Dole Whip Dad and I were talking back and forth in the chat. So I was getting to know him. I got to look at his page. I had subscribed. I had done a bunch of things. And at that point, all of a sudden, my question got highlighted. Now, when I say it got highlighted, it kind of comes up. And what I saw was something, and I'm going to pick on you, Adam, like this, where my question came up. I saw Florida Park Explorers. I saw the question. And I realized that here are 4 guys, but 2 of which who answered the question. They have like 2 million subscribers, and they are YouTube coaches. And they had picked my question, and after Nick went through what to do, and I'm going to be posting that video tomorrow, and it's about 5.5 minutes of what they said. And basically the long and the short of it was Nick went through and was basically like, look, this is what you do. This is how you do it, blah, 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 blah. The amazing thing came in when Sean came into the picture. Sean brought it up, and he said to me, or at least the advice he gave, he was on my page looking through it. And what it was you could be a live streamer, it's a slower way to grow your channel. He was looking.
I guess right there. Explorer button.
That's it.
Okay.
Jen's going to drop the TubeBuddy in the comments below, and then also in the link. And so,
chat,
yeah, in the chat, and then in the description. And so basically what happened was Sean went through and he said, your channel's growing. And he goes, he said 2%. He meant to say 20% because his math was off, but that's okay. We won't hold it against you, Sean, if you're watching this ever.
Sorry, I don't need to laugh.
I thought it was funny too. So we had 20% growth. We had 164% growth. We had a bunch of things where, he even looks at the camera and he goes, you are growing. And to hear that from somebody who teaches people how to grow, that was kind of, it was motivating. At the same time, I had viewers telling us how great we were doing, and a lot of it is self-fulfilling. It's kind of just like it was good for my ego. Matter of fact, here's Weather Nino 78. How we doing? He was in the chat yesterday when the fit hit the shan with the microburst yesterday. So welcome back in. We're doing well, thank you. And literally it went on from there. So then Jeff from Dole Whip Dad reached out to me and he said, I'm going to highlight your question on my show. And I said, okay. Now, for me, I just got highlighted on one show. I'm now being talked about on another show. Rachel was in that chat that day. Watch it, Adam. And so basically, he had his night show. He started off with one set of questions, and then he talked about what we did for almost an hour. There were a couple of things Jeff got wrong, in my opinion. Now, Jeff has more subscribers than I do. He's been doing this a lot longer. He's a little bit more connected in the community than I am by a lot. He's worked with Resort TV. He's done a bunch of things. I don't have the accolades. What I can say is I don't agree with him. And I mean it with the utmost respect. It's nothing like, like I'm trying to, say, ooh, there were some things that I did deliberate. And I realized in the chat that it came off probably the wrong way. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, this is my ability to say what I want to say. And then I'm going to try to get Jeff to come on Saturday night. If not, we'll do it again next week. But one of the things was I had said that I had put the question in because it was kind of like a bait question. And I think it was probably taken the wrong way. And what I meant by it was I would much rather have them look at my page, give me their advice, than not answer any question from me, not look at my page, not do a review, and not give me some kind of feedback. They are the go-to pros in this period. I completely agree with you, Weather Nino. So what I would say is this. I asked a question I knew would get answered, and that's why I did it. I'm very good at soliciting a response. They picked my question. They answered my question. People talked about my question. I got a ton of exposure from it. I was then highlighted in another show where new people found us, talked about us, and it continued on. So much that I'm continuing to have that conversation now. So I did exactly what a marketing professional should do to market their business. And by the way, it cost me not one penny to go and market myself and get advice from people who are professionals. They do this every day. I'm poking around in the dark most of the time. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm figuring out YouTube as it goes. I understand computer algorithms. I have an understanding of other things, which is what I wanted to share. What it came down to on Jeff's show was there were a lot of comments made about how I did what I did, why I did what I did, and the results. First of all, let me say this. I'm not sure I'm going to get his channel right, but I think it's Pete McDermott or McDermott, something like that, the Pete McDermott show. Apparently he is phenomenal. I personally don't know him. I don't know the show. I'm going to get to know him because everyone keeps telling me that I need to. But let me say this. There were a couple of folks on there that said, you can't do this. You can't grow a channel the way that I'm doing it. You can't, it's not sustainable. You're only building a little community or this or that. Well, I'd say a couple of things. Number one, when I met Chasing Dreams with Mike, I was around 200 subscribers, and that was about 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks ago. We're about to hit 700 subscribers. That's a 500 net gain subscriber rate. I hadn't grown 500 the entire time I was vlogging. That's it, McDevitt. Thank you, Adam. And I can tell you right now, because of my philosophy for this channel, as people come in and realize I'm not fake, you're going to get the same person every single time. I do the same thing. I'm genuine as to who I am. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, Jaquetta, when we met them that day, I was not live streaming. I met them on Tom Sawyer Island. You may have even been watching the stream. I was out there with Jen and Belle. I did not know how to live stream. I thought I had to get to 1,000. We were stressing about it, to be perfectly honest with you. It was not going well from a vlogging standpoint. I think my videos were good, but I couldn't get them out there. And that is potentially everyone's problem, is how do you beat the YouTube algorithm? It's difficult. I can cream the Instagram algorithm. It's not a problem. I have it. I can beat the Instagram algorithm with my eyes closed. YouTube and Google is a totally different story. I have not completely figured it out. They change it so frequently and they update it so often. It is hard to do. It is very hard to do. And it's not something that I should be trying to do. Thank you. I appreciate that. And so basically, I would say this to people who are naysayers about live streaming. You can build up very quickly. But if you're fake, if you're not who you say you are, it is very, very, very hard to lie to people. 5, 6. Yesterday was 7 hours. If we were fake, you would know it. It's that simple. Look at One Little Spark. Adam's perfect example for this. He says we're cursed with him. I think Adam's hysterical. Like, having him in the chat, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. But One Little Spark, and I'm going to give you the family tree, if you will. So I meet I met Chasing Dreams with Mike and Queen Marcia. And from there, I don't remember exactly how it transposed. Jen, I'm sure, does.
Well, we were live streaming in Hollywood Studios. We met tripping with the Turners when they were live.
This is us. What's up, man? How are you? Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that from you guys. So we were live streaming at Hollywood Studios. We ran into the Turners in line at for Mickey and Minnie's. And we kind of started chatting back and forth.
We got a bunch of subs from them, and we met The Journey Awaits.
The Journey Awaits. And so we have become friends with The Journey Awaits. Reggie and Cheryl are friends. And what has happened is they had come down. We met them in Epcot. We were walking around with them. Reggie looked at me and he goes, "I'm exhausted. I got to go." He's like, "We've been up since 3 a.m. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm sorry." They left. We hung out for a little while longer, and then we headed towards the front. I see gimbals. You all laugh, but I know when someone's live streaming or vlogging. And literally, One Little Spark walked past me, and it was right in front of the Epcot ball. They had just started their stream. So I jump on. Now, I was no longer streaming. I jump on my phone. I look down. I see them. I punch in there. "You just walked past us." They turn around and look. I wave. We meet up with Jessica and Lewis, and we take pictures with them. We were talking with them. They have become friends of ours. As this unfolds, we have started to run into people. We've started to make friends. We've met Drew. We've met Mike Wazowski. We've met so many different people that are so great in this. It's not even funny. And it's because one thing happened. Just one. We were in the right place at the right time. I met somebody in Chasing Dreams with Mike and Queen Marcia that they cared enough to pay it forward. It's that simple. And when they did that, they took my YouTube channel, not knowing that they were going to do this, but they have pushed us so far just by saying, "Did you know you could do this?" And I didn't know that. And now I'm in a position where we're approaching 700 subscribers. We're 12 away. So if you have not subscribed, please do so, because we're trying to get to 700 as fast as possible. And not because it means anything. It's a personal milestone. We're trying to get to 1,000, obviously, just like everybody else. But
basically, I think personally, um, the bottom line is, everybody does their own thing, and this isn't about all the other channels. This comes down to um, how if you want to grow your channel, what you have to do. You're not going to be Resort TV tomorrow. You're not going to be Resort TV next year. You're not going to be Tim Tracker in a week. These are unrealistic expectations, and it's hard to do this. It's a lot of work. Um, I'm friends with another channel called Great Big Beautiful Today, and they've said to me, they're like, "How do you do this?" Well, I sleep 3 hours a night. That's number one. The average person doesn't sleep 3 or 4 hours. I work until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then we start all over again at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, and I mean, and that's the one of the things I will tell you is, I did this for a different reason. I did it because I wanted to bring magic back to people. I saw how it was affecting people, and then on the other side of this, there's something that happens, and it's become more fun for me to talk with all of you than the rest of it. I like doing the vlogging. I like doing the live streaming. I like going out and making videos. I like doing that. But what is fun for me is the interaction. The same interaction you get from me, I get from you. And so a lot of times you'll notice I am asking questions constantly. And if the questions stop and things aren't going on at the chat at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I end streams. Why? I'm not getting anything out of it anymore. We're not having a conversation. I'm interested in the people that I'm getting to know. I am building that community. The presidential tourist. Let's highlight you. Tim Tracker is successful because he was the first. He is the pioneer for this industry, plain and simple. The man deserves the props for what he did. He was doing this, so was Adam Wu, back when sometimes it wasn't allowed. They were banned from parks. They had all kinds of things happen to them. Tim has stayed true to himself. I've heard sellout. The man makes over $1 million a year. Leave the guy alone. He's done a phenomenal job. And he's allowing he basically made it so that everybody like me, or people who want to be like him, have the ability to go out and do it. And you know what? Kudos to you, Tim. Fantastic job. He takes care of his family. He doesn't have to work anymore. He gets to go travel all over the place. If you see his videos, he's literally on vacation every day. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Anybody who says sell out, I say you're jealous, because I would do it in a heartbeat to take care of my family. The guy makes $1.3 million a year based on a video I saw 3 weeks ago, from selling his merch to doing sponsorship to doing all the things that he does. I think that is phenomenal. I don't ever expect to get to that level. But, kudos to the man. Let's see. Amy, I agree. Everyone is sweet and helpful. I vote for Amy H to be a moderator in here. Good job, Amy. Again, as we're growing, I need more mods. There's no doubt. And let me say this, since we're talking about mods. In the beginning, I was so anti it because I didn't understand it. And as we started bringing people in, moderators are looking out for us on a regular basis, to a point where when we had an issue in, was it Busch Gardens? It was Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens.
They handled it immediately. Every time since then, the mods have been incredible. You guys are invaluable. I honestly can't thank you or say enough nice things, because it's utterly amazing. Because Tim uploaded every day for 4 years, and he's been, this is us. That's it. The guy went out and worked every day. He busted his butt. He did what he needed to do, and he built an empire. And congratulations. Dragon Slayer, thank you. And that was why I wanted to do this, because people are asking, how does this happen? It doesn't happen overnight. There were points where I had 2 and 3 people in my live chat, and I was happy to have them, because 2 or 3 people wanted to spend some time, hang out, and were interested in what we were doing. I will never lose sight of the fact that there are 2, 3, 18, 30, 50, or 100 people that are taking time out of their day to sit down and watch what we're doing. It's that simple. I mean, yesterday live stream was insane from the weather. Yesterday's live stream from the weather was truly the craziest thing we've seen live streaming. I'm at this point I can say this. I'm so happy I caught it on a live stream. I cannot even begin to tell you. There have been so many times I've not had my camera rolling and I've seen something and said, "Oh, if only I had my camera going." Well, I
There's
didn't.
stuff that you catch on camera you don't even know you get until
That's
after,
true.
or somebody in the chat points it out.
That's true. But this time I had the camera pointed in the right spot at the right time in the right direction. It happened. The truth is, I reposted the video. There's a twofold reason. Number one is I wanted to show everybody it. Number two, I'm not going to tell you I hope that it doesn't hit 10,000 views. Of course I want it to go viral. I think it would be awesome if somebody was like, wait a minute, there was a possible tornado in Disney. Let's go check it out. The video's at 200 views, I think, right now, and I posted it this morning. I've never had a video in 12 hours post for 200 views. I've had it on live streams, but not on a video. So I've been in large. They are impersonal, Jaquetta, and that's kind of the whole point. Is I've said all along that if this channel grows to a point where I can't read the chat, I'll live stream to 2 different channels at the same time. I'll broadcast to 2 channels. One which will be we actually moderate, Jen will read the chat. Any other one will be for people who are coming in, ghost watching, ninjaing, doing whatever, having conversations about baseball or whatever, because I've seen some of these conversations and they're mind blowing. So I sleep 4 hours a night, but I'm more stupid. So in other words, you're telling me the next contest should be an I'm grumpy shirt. Let's see. Do unto others. It's golden rule. Let's see. Let's see. I missed something. My channel just jumped ahead. I just subscribed to your channel, Ashley. Fantastic. I love Tim and Jen. They're wonderful. We met them in Legoland the same day we met Spokesman for the first time. They were truly hospitable to us.
Dave was starstruck.
I was very starstruck. If you watched the video in Legoland, I made a big deal out of it because I've been watching them for years. As a matter of fact, I got how many years I've been watching them wrong. I made 2 other comments I was completely wrong about, and I realized it after the fact. The truth is I've wanted to meet him for a long time. I would love to accidentally run into him in line on a ride and vlog with him because that would be cool. I'd love to live stream while he's vlogging. That would be super cool. So
we were just talking about them earlier today.
We were. That's phenomenal. Dear great channel. Yep. The Disney group. They're great people, and that's the thing is we have great people in here, and unfortunately, my UK group that's normally in, they're not in here. They're phenomenal people. Put in the work, and you'll be rewarded. And the thing is the reward in it. We're already being rewarded. Having a video yesterday that's at 955 views in Hollywood Studios. Yes, we had a mini tornado, but it's not in the title. Okay, like I didn't change the title. The title's the same. When we got off yesterday, we were at 600 views. Our average video is hitting 500. And I'm looking at what other people with more subscribers are doing, and they're not putting up our numbers. And that's telling me that we're doing something right, and we're going to continue to do it. The paying off part, do I want to make a living doing this? To a degree, but it's not going to be on the backs of the people who are in my chat. We are going to become vacationers. We're going to be helping people who want to come down and do travel. Who would you rather be your travel agent? The person who's in the park every day and goes to the resorts, or someone who lives in Spain? I'm not picking on people in Spain. I just picked that because they're not here. And I'm also in the process of getting my real estate license, so I'd also be able to help people relocate. So I want to be able to use my channel to help people still do stuff, and we're also bringing out our own line of merch. So I would much rather people get something than give us something, if that makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate that you watch us all day. That's a very sweet sentiment, and we appreciate that. Some mods have become well known because they are fun and interesting. Jaquetta, there's so many people who we've come to know, and we really, really value them. I look for them sometimes in my chats because I know if they're there, I don't have to look at it. That's invaluable to me. I can tell you right now, once we're monetized and things are going and the channel's making money, yeah, I'm going to take care of my mods. It may not be like, hey, here's money or this or that. It may simply be, I know Lorna wants a stuffed figment. That's easy enough. There are things that I know about my mods and about people in the chats and things that people want or want to be or want to do. That's what I would like to do. Kudos to all the live streamers. You guys go out there hot and cold. Well, and Amy, we appreciate that because I live streamed the microburst yesterday. We are in the way. We are doing things, and to a certain degree, I had one of the live streamers who will remain nameless say to me, you should want the super chats because somebody hangs out with you 10, 15 hours a week. They're not having to come down, they're not having to pay this, they're not having to pay that. Okay, I get that, but at the same time, that's not why I'm here. If somebody wants to do something now, I can tell you right now, she probably would be pissed at me for saying it, but Lynn super chatted us yesterday. Why? I don't know. I'm assuming,
It was because Bella was
because
so
of Bella.
brave. It was Sam Bella something.
She said it was because of Bella, and because Bella was brave and she was proud of the fact that Bella overcame that. And that touches me. Okay. And watch it, Adam, because I'm being nice. So don't be ugly. Uh, uh, so basically the long and the short is we try. I can see you now on the news. There was whistling noise. And I saw Mickey and Minnie flying through the air. Let's see. Also, don't forget to subscribe. So how did you get subs? I did not advertise, and I did not ask anyone to recognize my channel. A lot of what happens, David, is luck. It's being out every single day. And by the way, I live stream 6 days a week. It's not like I'm not out there every single day doing this. I am. And sometimes I run into people. The other day at Magic Kingdom, I lucked into running into a YouTuber I didn't know. I knew the channel. I didn't know him. But when we ran into Steve's World, I think we gained like 20 subscribers in about 15 minutes. I mean, it was incredible. It's about being yourself. If you're about the money, I can tell you right now, people will see it. They will run from you. Be about your channel. Be who you are. Be yourself. It is the most important thing. The day that this becomes about the money for me, I will stop. I won't do this anymore. I enjoy going to Disney World. I enjoy going to the parks, whether it's SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, going to Madame Tussauds, Legoland, Sea Life. It doesn't matter. I want to go and bring this to people who are not here. One of the reasons we did this was because people were locked down, and I want to continue that. Thank you, Amanda, again. You guys are growing.
We might have internet back.
We are growing very quickly, and it's because of you guys. And look, I'm not going to not say that I don't run contests for a very specific reason. I run them specifically to gain subscribers, because if you guys are in the Disney community or in the theme park community and you go out and say, hey, you need to come over here and subscribe. Now, on the last 2 giveaways, I have had about 100, it's probably 110 subscribers in 2 giveaways. That's substantial. My Loki giveaway, which I'm going to post this up here, I'm going to put it up in just a second, is coming out. And let's see, getting ready for bed soon. Weather Nino, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Let's see, I just saw Presidential Tourist. Do you believe that there are any negative parts of the YouTube community or Disney YouTube? There's always negatives. I don't think people realize, and by the way, this is not a money thing, but let me just say this, and I'm going to scoot past it and then go to point number 2. We make zero doing this. I make calculated risks. I'm a business person.
Internet's fine.
Okay, cool. I own other businesses. When I chose to do this, it was my choice. Nobody put a gun to my head. Nobody said, hey, go out there and do this. It was, I have to go buy certain things. It's a part of doing business, buying gimbals, buying camera equipment, trying things, buying programs, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. That's a choice. That's why you don't hear me saying, oh, well, if you don't do this, or I need you to do that. It's my choice to go and do this. I have said to everybody 100 times, I will do this until I get it right. And I will. And that's why we tried different programs. We tried different cameras. I went out and I bought, iPhone 12 Pros. We switched over to AT&T because I heard that was what was going to be best in Disney. I switched my gimbals. I have done everything that I possibly can. That's a negative and a positive. The negative to it is there's a lot of investment and no return. At some point, will I see a return? Probably. It's not what I'm doing it for. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. So it has to be first that you're enjoying it. One of the other negatives is I don't necessarily believe that all of the other YouTubers and live streamers are in this for the right reason. I have met a lot of them. I believe a lot of them are very, very good people. And there are some that are completely acting. And I have met them. They were not the nicest people in the world. But you want to know something? My skin's made of metal. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. You have to have a backbone and a strong suit of armor, because people in your chats will take shots at you. The first time I got a thumbs down, I was pissed. I was like, what did I do? Now I kind of go, well, it's not a live stream if I don't get one. But it's a part of it. You just have to take the good with the bad. Hopefully we can hang out soon. Definitely Presidential Tours. I hope we can do it down at Legoland. We absolutely can't wait. Yeah, without it, and as you can see, I'm building friendships with people, which is amazing to me. Some negatives are trolls. Yeah, and there's no doubt that there are people who, will do things that are horrible. One little spark had a tremendously bad experience. And I felt bad for them, and hopefully, that doesn't happen to us. If it does, we'll deal with it. Yesterday, I'm sure as most of you saw who were in the Hollywood Studios chat, I don't panic. Everybody was like, do this, do that, do this. There's 500 things going on. Take a breath. It's okay. Give me feedback, because I can't see what you're seeing. I'll fix it one way or another. We'll fix it. But I can't see what you're seeing when, I think it was Amanda asked me yesterday, what is it when I see when it lags? I don't see anything different. I see the exact same thing I see right now. If the stream crashes, I still see the same thing. The only way I know that something is wrong is if my screen goes blank. That's it. Jen tells me, or you guys tell me. And that's where your mods come in, because your mods may be like, hey, this is what's going on. Adam, I'm out of timeout. Hooray. Well, time to go. Uh-oh, you were bad.
I didn't do it.
So we'll find out what you did. So let's see. Take care, Adam. Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Let me catch up with everybody. Night, 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 night. Legit, though. Someone put me out. Kevin PG. I have no idea what happened, Adam.
Adam, I just sent you an email.
You and Jen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Amy H. Let's see. How can you tell if a YouTuber's... the truth is, Presidential Tours, I read people for a living. I have been in sales my entire life. I have been a business owner for over 15 years. I deal with people every day. You may think that you're pulling one over on me. I know people inside and out, on camera and off. And you can always, I would say this to you, always trust your gut. But when you see somebody who does certain things on camera and acts totally different, they're acting. And they're doing it because they're trying to portray a personality to you so that you will buy them. And that's fine. That's called acting. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with people who are out specifically to make money doing this.
Wi-Fi back on?
I did not yet, no. I'm not lagging, and also I'm not trying to change anything
Weatherman
just yet.
just said you were lagging a little.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Wi-Fi is working. Like,
All right, so hopefully I'm not lagging anymore. But I can tell when people are like that. Let me know. Yeah, we definitely will, because we try to plan out our week. So let's see. Wow, you're inspiring me more. I really wanted to bring mine to fun people. I was always afraid to be live streamed. The truth is some of the comments I don't even see. For the most part, I do pay attention. I'm rolling through them. That's what you keep seeing me reach my arm up is to, because I've stopped the chat. Like Theme Park Lifestyle, I'm reading yours right now. Yours is on mine isn't moving. I see it says new comments. I know that new comments have come up. I don't care, because if I'm going to answer your question, I can't be worried about the next one. So I'm going to sit there and make sure that I answer your question. I talk to you, that it is a personal relationship, because at the end of the day, you guys are looking for the same thing that we are. We want to have a connection with the people that are out there. Are you going to have things that go wrong? Yep. I have never had a job or a relationship that hasn't happened yet. And it's always going to be that way. So, and as a matter of fact, I just noticed Ron on the Go. Ron on the Go is here. So, and by the way, Theme Park, if I can help, let me know. We will be happy to. Felt the same. Then I realized I'm not a real channel until you have negative. I kind of totally agree with that, because you're gonna laugh when I say it, but in order to thumbs down, you had to. Well, you didn't have to watch, but you probably did. In which case, thanks for the viewership. I appreciate the time. You gave me a view. You thumbs down me. It gave me interaction in the algorithm. I appreciate it. I really wish that YouTube, in order to give a thumbs down, you'd have to leave a comment. That would be kind of neat, but they don't, and that's okay. Let's see. I'm going to follow you on Instagram. Yeah, we have 2 different accounts. They always check stories on Instagram, because that's where we post where we're going to be and when, for the most part. I love making Instagram stories because I'm a videographer by trade. Like, that is what I like doing. I like making videos. So stories allows me to put up a 15-second, just something fun. I match my music so that this way they're entertaining. I like to put little nuances in. That's what I like to do. So that's how I do it. Jen likes to post cookies and different food drinks.
CJ knows about the cookie.
CJ knows what cookies I'm talking about. But Jen posts food, and she posts all kinds of stuff and cute stuff. And I generally post highlights, things that happen to the channel. No lagging, good signal. That's good to know.
Yeah, we're back on. So.
Let's see. What did I miss? Oh, Amanda, good night. Have a good night. Thank you so much. As always, we appreciate you being here. I can't stand when some YouTubers stalk other streamers. I actually did it in the beginning, and it wasn't meant that way. It was more, what happened was, and I may have misread the situation, to be completely upfront. With One Little Spark, I did it with them one night, but they're friends of ours. So, like, I knew that they were coming out of the Mexican pavilion, and I kind of just sandbagged them because I thought it was funny. I have a twisted sense of humor. There's no doubt about it. It was funny to me. They enjoyed it. We had a great time. It was a lot of fun. They promoted me. Yes, we went over 500 subs that night. I also met DC and Michelle Du that night. They won a hat. It was not what was intended. It was more, I just wanted to see people who do what we do. When someone has a common interest in what you're doing and they understand how hard this is, it's nice sometimes to just be able to blow some steam. The day before, I had done it to Drew. Now, I'm getting to know Drew. I'm not sure he appreciated it. I think he thought it was funny at the time, but I'm not sure he appreciated it as much as I thought it was funny. We were both on Mickey and Minnie's. I got off before he did. I kind of snuck into the store at the end, and I stalked him with my camera. I kind of stuck it up over, and I did it like it was a shark. So for the people who were watching me, it was probably hilarious. On the other end of it, I realized he had no idea what the hell I was doing. And it probably seemed like I was trying to sandbag his stream to do exactly what you're talking about. That was not my intention. It is never my intention to look down at YouTube and go, ooh, so-and-so's over there. Let's run to them. I would never do that. I don't care if someone does it to me. I want to help people. If you have a small channel, you have a big channel, you have an anything channel, and you want to come up to me, please do. Realize that I have no idea who the hell you are, and just come up and introduce yourself. That would be great. Realize I'm with my wife and kid. Other than that, I want to meet people. I want people to come up. I want people to be in the streams. I want to interact. So I'm a little different in that sense. So let's see. What am I missing? I just missed a whole bunch. Whoops.
I mean, I tell people on Instagram if they see us in the parks to stop by. That's how we met Disney. That's how we met Michael, Disney Dad 98.
Exactly.
It's from Instagram.
Exactly right, Ron on the go.
Oh, and then the photographer lead, the
Spoonful of Disney or something like that.
No, it wasn't Spoonful of Disney. Why can't I remember?
I don't know. I'm happy with no subscribers. Jedi, I love you. Let's see. CJ, yes, he remembers cookies. Let's see. I've been told Instagram and Twitter does not really help to grow a channel. It is. I would agree with that to a degree. I would say we have 17,000 people that follow us between the two channels, or two Instagram pages. It has not helped us really grow at all. I also don't interact a tremendous amount with people. It's more informational, but it's for what Jen does. I don't. And it's not that I don't want to get to know people. It's just, it's very hard on Instagram for me because there's 8,500 things going on when we're not filming. I mean, we homeschool Bella. I work from home. Everything operates out of this house. So it is very difficult for me to just sit around on social media all day. Would I love to do it? Sure. Do I have time? No. Plus I'm running a marketing company. So we are constantly working on building websites. I'm making videos when I'm not making videos. So how do you create your Instagram animations? I have a couple of different programs. So like one of them is Video Leap, which is where I make most of my videos out of. It is my preferred platform to build. Video Leap is phenomenal. It's by Lightricks. It's fantastic. There's a free version, I believe, still that you can use, and then there's a couple other paid-for versions. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal program. Another one is Filmmaker Pro. Filmmaker Pro is a little bit more limiting, but it is fantastic as well. There's a bunch of platforms you can use. And then when I import it into Instagram, frankly, they have stickers you can use, and they're animated stickers, so you can use those as well. And they have music that's not copyrighted because Instagram does not crack down the way YouTube does, so you can have more fun. Let's see. Or someone in the chat says, do you know this person and that person? I'm like, yeah, I will say this. I don't mind promoting other people's pages, but it's our choice. So for everybody who watches and who asks that question, yeah, look, there are people out there that are doing their own thing, and good for you. Rachel comes in. Rachel's page I promote all the time. Why? Rachel, helps us with everything. She's a mod. She does a bunch of stuff. CJ's channel, I want him to promote himself. I don't care when people who are working with us that are looking out for our best interest are also trying to build their page. I want them to do it, and I've told them that. But when you come in and you're dropping other people's information, it's kind of disrespectful. And I don't mind it. I won't say anything about it because that's not who and what I am. But it would be like coming into my house and
I do.
And like kicking my dog. I don't have a dog. I'm not a big fan of it. Ask me. I'll be happy to tell you. If there's a legitimate reason why you're trying to promote something, there may be something going on someone's page that I think is a good thing. And I'm in favor of, and I don't know about, and I want to help. I am somebody who wants to help people. Just ask. It's what we're here for. I'd be happy to do anything to help anybody. Let's see. Theme park lifestyle. If I can do anything, message us offline. You can get us on email at find us at floridaparkexplorers.com. We have our web, which, by the way, is literally scrolling by it, floridaparkexplorers.com. Instagram, Facebook. We're not hard to get. Just reach out. We'll help. We'll do anything. Oh, dude. I know you're stalking me. At 6'6", you have to be stalking me. But then they cursed you. Nah, Adam, we're happy to have you, man. Let's see. Drew, I just lost that comment. I haven't caught up with everything. Drew, Stream Bomb, my daughter, it was fun. See, and that's the thing is like, I think Drew's got a great sense of humor. I just don't know him well enough where I thought maybe I was out of line. We had run into him at Springs like the
But he
week
kind of knew
before.
we were coming because we were talking to him about it.
I understand, but at the same time, like I don't have that kind of relationship with him, like I do with Journey Awaits, like I do with One Little Spark. There are people that I know very, very well. I also did it to Mike one night when they came out of Epcot the night his stream got cut off when he was eating. So there are a couple of times, and everyone's like, maybe you don't want to do that, and I was like, yeah, but I know them, and then I realized maybe I don't know them well enough, and so I kind of apologized to everybody, and it was, it's never my intention. We don't do things with malice, and don't take this wrong, but I don't need anybody to grow. If you want to be here, you will be. If you don't, you won't. And there's nothing I can do about that. But you're always going to get the same person that I am. I just can't help doing that. I refuse to be fake. I refuse to give people something I'm not. It's just not in me. Drew was cool that you could tell. I think he thought it was funny. He didn't like the famous line because even I realized I meant to say infamous and I said famous. I was trying to make a joke and it came off wrong. It happens. Sorry, I put you in timeout. I thought you were talking about
I didn't
me.
need to hide from the go. Oops.
Ron, if Jen just put you in timeout, she didn't mean to do
My
it.
phone slipped.
Jen hit it with her finger. You were not meant to be timed out. She just sat there and said she was literally climbing into bed and she hit the button when she was getting into bed. So Ron, our apologies.
Yeah, let me fix that.
I don't know what everybody's talking about with stalking.
Don't worry about it. Like I got it handled.
I know you have it handled. I'm answering a question in here. I will just say this. I hope that everybody's intent is the same. I know that everything's okay. What? I don't know how you unhide someone. But don't get rid of Ron.
I'm not going to. I want him back.
Anyways, I got to go. DAV, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you're still in here and heard that. Any advice on making thumbnails? There's a couple of things that you can do. TubeBuddy has something built right into the program where you can use theirs. The other is I make my own. Make them personable. The best thing that you can do, make it be about what you're making. In other words, make it personal. I've started getting a little bit more generic just because I have a cute picture of us. I like it. It fits our theme. I put what park we are. I put I put the image of us, and then I highlight what we're going to be doing. If I can make it more personal afterwards, in other words, something happened, I will. i.e., if you look at the thumbnail from today's video, I had time to make that. It's not like live streaming. When I'm live streaming, I put up a placeholder that is pretty much where we're going to be live on YouTube. When I make an actual video, I'm vlogging. It is extraordinarily personal. I take it directly from the footage that I have taken or a picture that I've taken, and I make it from that. So I hope that helps. If not, I'll be happy to help you offline with any of it. Let's see. Have a good night. Have a good night. No worries. I was joking because... no worries, Adam. Let's see. Drew is super cool. When we met him in Springs, that day, I got to be honest with you, I was a little starstruck with everybody. There were like 10 YouTubers all standing there. I did not even get everybody's name. Okay. I knew who Mike was. I knew who Queen Marcia was. I knew Drew. Queen V, I knew, and then I heard Mike Wazowski. It just stuck in my head because it's Sully, Mike Wazowski. I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure This Is Us was there. There were so many people talking. There was so much going on. My kid, and just so that you guys know this, Bella has Asperger's. She's very good, but at the same time, socially at times, she's a little...
All right, Ron should be okay.
Ron's back?
He should be fine.
Yeah, hopefully. Ron, just drop us something so we know that you're back. Jen didn't mean to do that. But Bella at times is a little off when she meets new people. She gets a little shy. And so I was dealing with a few things while trying to talk to Drew, and wanting to make sure. Fantastic, Ron. Sorry about that. And
Hold on. Yeah, I
while
figured out.
Mike was doing his thing, and I wanted to, I owe Mike a lot, and without him, I'm not sitting here doing this. That's a fact, and I don't forget that. And I'm somebody. Look, I'm a guinea from New York. I don't forget things like this. When somebody does me a solid, it may take me a while, but he doesn't need my help. By the way, Velocicoaster took care of that for him. He was in the right place, right time, and he skyrocketed. And you know what? Freaking congratulations, man. We all want that. But at the same time, if his channel wasn't doing that and he was struggling and we took off, I would do anything in the world. Why? Because I owe him a lot. And so when we were all standing there, I really wanted to make sure that I was paying everybody the right attention. I didn't want to be disrespectful to Mike while talking to Drew, because Drew had more people and I didn't want it to look that way. There were so many things that when you meet somebody, you don't want the perceptions to be wrong. And, there was just a lot going on. So, and then when I ran into him that day outside of Mickey and Minnie's, I personally thought it was funny because, again, like I said, I'm a pretty twisted person. And if you want a good laugh, go back and watch it, because I legit Jaketic, since everybody that was involved. I literally am sitting there where the goofy head and the mini ears are, and I took my camera and I went up over it, and then I'm going da 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 doo doo doo. And when I jumped out, I was literally doing the Jaws music. And again, I had 7 minutes worth of build-up time. I was already planning this joke because everyone's like, oh, you got to wait for him. You got to do this. You got to do that. It became something really funny to us. It dawned on me that there was somebody on the other side who had no idea what the hell I was doing. Was he a good sport about it? Yeah. Could it have gone poorly? Yeah, sure. But it was still funny to me. And I probably would have taken the Clark W. Griswold aspect and said, what the hell was funny anyway? He jokes about being famous. So I doubt it. I know he probably didn't care. It was just, he's live streaming. He's got his people. He's doing his thing. The last thing I want to do is come over and, dump on his parade. That's not my thing. So now I'm finally totally caught up with chat. So what I would say to everybody is, when it comes to doing this, I don't know what the answer is. And, I would love to tell you that I do. I'm not even at 1,000 subscribers yet. And as a matter of fact, I have the most aggressive giveaway anybody can have. And it's not doing the job. I really expected in December, when I dropped my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, that I would have 1,000 subscribers in about 2 weeks. That's how arrogant I was about doing it. I thought that when I said you get because originally the original giveaway was 2 park passes. That's it. I was giving away 2 Disney park passes, and I figured, you know what? If I gave somebody Disney passes, they would do it. And we would have 1,000 subscribers in no time. Then I added in 2 shirts. Then I added in 2 sets of headgear. Then I added in 1 night resort stay. It didn't work. I'm going to tell you right now, you can't buy people. I tried. I'm not going to tell you I didn't. I did. I wanted to get over that 1,000. I wanted to get my page off the ground. I wanted to see it skyrocket. You can't do it. You can't do it. Because if that giveaway doesn't do it, nothing does. Disney does not give away 2 park passes, a resort, 2 shirts, 2 hats. That is the ability for someone to come down here and have 1 night totally on us, with the exception of food. Like, really? Didn't work. How do you win a giveaway? My luck, you'll win. That's what'll happen. You'll wind up winning. And then I'll have you here for 2 days. But
right down the road.
it's past my bedtime. Don't forget to like. CJ, as always,
Thanks, CJ.
we appreciate you. He's one of those mods, by the way, who gives selflessly. I have repeated this about 10 times, not to embarrass you, CJ, but this is somebody who was literally modding on his birthday. If that doesn't tell you what kind of guy he is, You're all out of your minds. Go subscribe to his channel. He's fantastic. He was a lot of fun when he was down. So definitely show mod love to everybody. And have a good night, CJ. Maybe you're trying too hard. Don't burn yourself out like I do. I was trying too hard when we were vlogging. Live streaming is a lot easier for me. As a matter of fact, I don't even feel like I'm working. I could live stream 12 hours a day. I enjoy the hell out of this. More than I can possibly tell you. I could literally live stream all day. I love it. I love the interaction. I hate this. I hate staring. Where am I? I'm right there. I hate seeing myself. I would much prefer the camera be out looking at Magic Kingdom, looking at the castle, looking at something, and walking around and doing stuff. That did it. No free food. That's fantastic. Let's see. If I win, we're going to Shula's and Lucilia. Back-to-back steak. No bribing. No, we the way that this whole thing. Let's see. No free food. Yeah, I think.
That's fantastic.
That's a start. Hey, look, you ain't a bigger fat guy than I am. I'm a big dude. If they had Disney dining plans back in November, I might have thrown it in. Let's see. Yes, I love live stream, so much easier and people enjoy it more. I agree. There's an interaction that happens that you don't get any other way. The first vlog that I did was at Hollywood Studios, and I sat there and I said, drop a comment, tell us where to go, tell us what to do. For the first 10 days, it was novel. The novelty wore off very, very quickly. Thank you, Chiquetta. People in the beginning, first of all, I'm pretty sure most of them were my friends and family. And I think that they were signing up with false accounts and just kind of, this has been grand. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, DC. I'm glad. I'm also happy to hear you're okay and you're hanging out with us tonight. So I'm glad that you're here. But I'm pretty sure friends and family were signing up with like ghost accounts and stuff, and they were just telling me to do this. I think they were doing it to be supportive and being nice. But in the beginning, I used to say, "Oh, so and so from here told us they wanted to see this, or go ride that, or go do this," and that was a lot of fun. The novelty wore off. People stopped doing it. As a matter of fact, I stopped getting comments. And we went through like a 2 or 3 week period. I'll match you on steak and whiskey, pal. Jenna's driving. Whiskey, you'll put me under the table. I haven't drank in so long. It is ridiculous. Food, I'll hang all day. All day. We went through a period where nobody was commenting. We were getting views. Nobody was commenting. Nobody was interacting with us. And I looked at Jen and I go, I don't know that they want me to do this. I don't think this is working. And because the vlogs in the beginning, it was just me. I didn't really have anything to do. Business was closed. I just walked around the parks all day. It was like being unemployed. And I don't know if it came across that way. And I've wondered that a lot. Like, did I just seem like I was desperate? And maybe that was it. I don't know. Because I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure out what people wanted to see. I had no idea what people wanted. I have wondered a lot whether or not that's what it looked like. Live streaming to me is so much fun. It is disgusting. It's legitimately, it's disgusting how much fun I have. It's not like working. I could do this 12 hours a day. If there was a company that would pay me to do this, I would close my business tomorrow and I would live stream. It's just that simple. I look at the larger channels that have ridiculous numbers. I know why they're doing what they're doing. I would do it. I hope I get to that place. Like, I want YouTube to pay me money. I want them to do it. I don't want it to be the people that are watching. I want it to be based on corporate income. Let's see. I missed something because the chat just flew by. Let's see. Then don't mind. Not even a little. I don't care what anybody does. That's the great part of this country. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. My first live stream was in Japan. I had no idea how anyone watched. It was Ron on the go.
It was Ron. That's what we thought it was. Yeah.
My first live stream, I had been in front of the camera. I don't even know how many times. I think it was like 100. I'd made like 100 videos already at that point, or it was pretty close to that. And I was super comfortable. Like it just doesn't bother me being in front of the camera anymore. It did in the beginning a lot. It doesn't anymore. I could care less. But I was at the same place. I didn't know if anyone was going to watch. I didn't know if anyone was going to care. When I had 2 or 3 people in there, I was like, you know, there was one side of me that said, "Oh my God, there's only 2 people in here." And there was another side of me that went, "Oh my God, there's 2 people in here." Like, holy crap, there's actually somebody who's watching. And, in the beginning, I joked around. I thought it was family. Turns out they didn't care enough to watch. So it was nice to see that other people were watching, and it was a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, it has grown into something where yesterday, for anybody who was paying attention, we had 42 people in the chat at one point. That is a record. We had 42 people hanging out watching. That was cool. So, and I'm looking forward to the day when it clocks triple digits and people are watching, and I'm getting to do this and just kind of laughing about it and having fun. What do I enjoy? What about live streaming do I enjoy? It's the interaction.
No editing. No, okay.
No editing is a bonus. No edit. You turn your camera on, you walk around for however many hours, turn your camera off. You're done.
No, the interaction.
But the interaction for me is what does this. Whether I have to walk around for 5 hours and edit for 2, or if I go live stream, it's the same amount of time for me. But the truth is, live streaming is a little bit more difficult than vlogging, because vlogging, I could do things in between. I could go on a ride, not shoot it. I could eat something, not be on camera. I didn't always have to be talking. I didn't have to be entertaining. I didn't have to do a lot of things. Live streaming is 5 hours of talking, and our live streams are getting longer and longer and longer. So, for me, I enjoy the interaction. It's what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing it for any other reason. I like to be able to meet people. This was a great way for me to do both. I've been with Drew for about a year. He had 600 subs. Lorna and I had a lot of banter. You guys do a lot, and I love it. And folks started coming in to watch Drew and to see what torment Lorna and I would say. And I don't doubt that for a second, because I love both of you. Lorna has become an Instagram friend like you can't imagine. I've said this to her, and I'll say it to you. I know that there was one day where Lorna came in. It was the first day she came in. It was the first time I had people in my chat for like an extended period of time. It was the day we rode the Liberty boat. And I know Lynn was there. I know Jimmy was there. I know Lorna was there. I thought I saw you come in. You may have come in and out. But I loved that banter. I loved it. I love when Jimmy comes in breaking balls. I think it's hysterical. Lynn is one of our Patreons. She's phenomenal. Lynn, I spent 2 hours yesterday talking with Instagram before we even went live. I enjoy all of you. Like, the more you interact, the more fun that we have. Adam sits there and breaks balls all day, but at the end of the day, as long as everybody keeps it above board, I don't care. I'm having a blast. That's the whole point. And I'm sure that, if it's boring and nobody's doing anything, there's nothing, there's some people who shoot videos and they don't say a word. You may as well just put it on and let me take a nap. Yeah, I can't do that. Viewers are comprised of people, and people predominantly suck. I don't think you can buy them. I would tend to agree with you to a degree, Adam. But I also believe there's another side of it, which is people want giveaways. Look at Instagram. Instagram is full. And I don't mean a little bit. I mean full of giveaways. When you see somebody who wants a lounge fly or this or that, or they're giving away a $20 gift certificate or whatever, I'm giving away $1,000 resort package to Disney World. I thought, being in marketing, I've given away a lot less and gotten a lot more. I didn't do it right. I don't have a problem admitting that. I'm hoping that when we hit 700 the next day or so, and I do 2 giveaways, one of which is my Loki giveaway, the other is the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm hoping within the next month, I'm doing my giveaway. It's a very lofty goal, but I'm kind of like that. Let's see. thought it was funny that night you were testing the late night stream. Yeah, who would ever have thought, right, Jedi? I mean, whoever would have thought that I could come on at 1 o'clock in the morning? I figured nobody was watching. Next thing I know, there's 15 people sitting there. That was probably the most amount of people I'd had. It was just funny. It was like, you gotta be crazy. Like, this is hysterical. If I remember correctly, you do not like to eat on camera. I don't, and I got a lot of blowback for it. To be perfectly honest with you,
I got a lot of messages about
we had. It wasn't hate mail, but it was damn close. It was like, let's see this. We want to see. I'll tell you why I don't like it. First of all, I'm kind of a private person, which is kind of ironic. But when I'm eating, it's one of those things where, first of all, I don't like to look like a fat, disgusting slob because I'm a big guy. I'm 285 pounds. I'm 6 foot. And when I'm shoving a hot dog in my mouth and the shit's just dripping out the sides of my mouth, I think that, there's a point at which I'm entitled to have 5 seconds of peace to myself. I don't like doing it. However, we're here for you guys. Sometimes someone said to me, hey, would you get the chili cheese dog and give it a shot? What's it taste like?
It's damn good.
It was fantastic, by the way. I've gotten more comfortable with it. I'm more okay with it. There are times you'll watch me do one of these where I lean to the side and I take a bite, and then you get my reaction of how I think about, or what I've thought about how it tasted. One of the things I like doing was Big Guy's food review. I don't get to do it anymore, which I'm going to go back to doing more Big Guy's food reviews because they were funny. One of the funniest ones I did came from Trolley Cart Cafe. It was the red velvet loaf. If any of you have ever watched this, I don't like things that have the word loaf in it. So I tried it. It was disgusting. Jen and I both almost spit out, but I said, for $4, I'm not spitting it out. I'm eating it.
It's horrible.
You know what? I'm still awake in here. I can't sleep because I'm very excited to get Mariners tickets.
You get a lot of new people. There's a couple new people in the chat.
That's fantastic. Let me catch up.
Well, theme park lifestyles have a question.
All right, I'm getting there in just a second. Also, they'll be doing fireworks at night. Yes. Let's see. Hang on 1 second. I saw new people. Brian. Yeah. Hello there. Welcome. Hang on 1 sec. Let me catch up in just a second. I saw a question. How do you balance work life and streaming? For me, I'm notary, and I find myself being lost in work and not having. It's hard. I'm not going to tell you it isn't. It's very difficult. There are some days work goes to the wayside. There's sometimes vlogging goes to the wayside. It just depends. I work a lot of hours because there's multiple things going on. I have realized since COVID that I would rather be with my family than 90-hour work weeks where I had 15 employees and they showed no loyalty when COVID came. We did all the right things. They did all the wrong things. At this point, I'm focused on the people who matter the most.
Did you ever hear that song, Take the Money and Run? Well, that's...
When we got PPP, we could have done a couple of things. We could have done the right thing or the wrong thing. I can tell you right now, I slept like a baby. I did the right thing. I paid everybody. I did everything as the best that we could. I literally took our business savings and continued to pay people to keep people going. People who had kids and families until things kicked in, like different payments and got stimuluses and things like that. Figuring that the loyalty would be returned. That is not the case. Those people no longer work for me, and it wasn't my choice. So I work a lot, and some of it has to do directly with what I'm doing today. And Brian Ian, how are you doing? Good evening. I just got up to your comment. Hi, how are you? Basically what I would finish it off with is, technically, I am working when I go to the parks and I'm vlogging because I'm also building another aspect of my business that has to do directly with it. As we join Vacationeers and as I get my real estate license, they will directly tie in with the vlog. I'm going to help use it as advertising. Instead of having other people sponsor my channel, I'm simply going to use it for my own personal gain. Might sound horrible. It's part of business. Again, as I said before, if you were going to travel down here, I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you travel to Disney and Disney pads in the price of a travel agent, whether you use a travel agent or not, you pay the same price. So it doesn't cost you one penny to use a travel agent who can get you upgrades and do things for you that you can't do by booking on your own. So we're going to be a member of Vacationeering, I believe, because we are working out the details. And as I get my real estate license, and so basically our mantra is going to be whether you're coming on vacation, you want to buy an investment property, or you want to move here, we can take care of it. And so those things, will help also monetize the channel. Plus, I have my own line of Disney themed merch that's coming out, which will be extraordinarily affordable. It's tested very, very well. I think it will do phenomenally well, and I think it'll be great. I'll be live streaming. Hope to see you all there. Yeah, I mean, DAV, we're gonna be there. So it's all good. One Cody Jones, hello, welcome in. Hi everybody. I didn't catch up to. I do take my time going through the chat. I want to make sure that when we're talking to people, that we do stop and talk to every one of you. Welcome to our late night insanity, as my wife has said. We have a small channel. In a world now where everyone are theme park vloggers, do you have any methods to stand out? Yes, I do. Be yourself. Don't be fake. It was kind of what we were talking about earlier tonight when we started getting this going. Was how are we growing? What are we doing? Build your community. Build your friends. Build the people around you who are going to come in and watch you and support you. Be yourself. Don't be fake. Have fun. One of the things, and Lewis from One Little Spark and Jessica, they both harp on me for it. They're like, there are times I take this a little bit too seriously. Well, there's a reason for it. I mean, I am tying businesses together with this, and so that this way I can continue doing what I love doing, and I can also make money from it. I'm not interested in making money off of the people in our chats. You being here, if I'm monetized, would make me money. If you lived in Saskatchewan and decided you wanted to travel down here on vacation and we were your travel agent, that would make us money. You decide you want to move here, I would make money. You want to buy merch, that would make me money. All of those things would be things where you are getting something of service or a product from us, and in return, I'm making money. That's the way the world should work. I'm really not out for the free meal. And, I'm not saying that if people don't want to support us through Super Chat, through PayPal or whatever, I appreciate it. It's just not something I ask for. I made calculated business decisions to open our channel, and that there were going to be things that cost us money. And there are sometimes I scratch my head and go, that was stupid. Happens. It's part of doing business. But be yourself. Have fun with your channel. If we can help you in any way, let us know. We're also, a full-out marketing company. So if we can help with web services or anything like that, again, also something I make money on. So if there's things that we can do to help, and I don't charge a lot, especially for people trying to do the right thing and grow their channel, have a side hustle, do some business, whatever, we're all for it. I used to be a small business mentor. So I'm very big on helping people. So if we can help, please let us know how. That was kind of why I did this. Ashley, thank you. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm going to actually start putting out videos on like 5 or 6 minute how-to videos on how to do this, how to do that, how to set up your cameras. These are things I'm learning. But I've also realized that when I Google how to be a Disney vlogger, do you know what I found? It doesn't exist. Everybody's afraid to tell you what to do. They're afraid to tell you how to do certain things because they think that you're going to steal their thunder. You're going to take people from them. All right, well, if that's what happens, that's what happens. There's not much I can do about it. I hate Dave. Too much not eating on camera. And moving right along. Let's see. I review food all the time on my channel. I do it on camera. Yeah, no, and it's not that. It's and by no means. Look, first of all, I may like Coke and you may like Pepsi. Everything has to be for the person who's doing it. That's what makes it personable. That's what makes it more fun and more interesting. But there have been, and I'm sure you've seen videos, and I've done it too, by the way. I don't want to make it seem like I'm this, like, like I eat a Whopper with a fork and knife kind of person, because it's not me. As a matter of fact, I'm quite the opposite. It's kind of one of the reasons why I don't want to be on camera when I'm eating, because I don't want to be cognizant of the fact that I've got barbecue sauce literally from ear to ear because the ribs were phenomenal and I'm face planting into it like a catcher's mitt. I don't want to worry about it. I enjoy food, therefore I want to enjoy it, and I don't want to worry about it. But again, I get your point, and I would do the same. 29 likes. Ooh, 29 likes. I like 29 likes. You know what I like more? I like 30. Let's see. Great job. Keep hitting it up. Help the channel grow. Thank you, Stone Cold Jedi. Adam, I thought you went to bed.
They were bantering.
31 likes. Thank you. I like 31 better than 30. You sound disappointed. Let's see. Just subscribe to yours. Fantastic. I love when people subscribe back and forth. You guys are bantering. Same. After COVID hit, I feel like plans change. I just want to spend time. I took advantage of the work from home. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Jen and I, and most people don't know this, but Jen and I, as a matter of fact, in a month from now, we'll be celebrating 15 years together. Now, it's not 15 years of marriage; it's 15 years we've been together. This is in September. Will be our 10th wedding. I can't even say it. Holy crap! 10th wedding anniversary. Try that 3 times fast. Jen and I we have worked together for 15 years. We've lived together for 15 years. We've been together for 15 years, with the exception of 4 nights. Most people don't spend 15 straight years with anyone. And even if they're together for 15 years, they went to work, they spend time apart. Jen and I grew companies together. We spend morning, noon, and night together. She's my best friend. And I'm lucky enough to have this happen. Even before COVID, I worked from home. And, I took advantage of being a digital marketing company. But I will say this to you. I no longer have 25,000 phone calls a day. I don't have, what's the matter?
Sorry.
I don't have Zoom calls all day. My daughter can walk in, show me a picture she just drew. She can show me how she did in homeschooling. We can stop and say, I don't feel like doing anything today. Let's go do this. That freedom is way better than making more money. It's way better than doing anything else. I would rather make less money than go back to that lifestyle, period. And if it means that I have to do something a little different to make that happen, so be it. I don't care. Let's see. I'm just teasing Adam. You're loads of fun. I love Adam. And I love Chiquetta. You guys are blessed. Jen is scary but fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering my question. Do you ever find yourself vlogging a day where you aren't really fit? No. 2 things. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. Or if you are, shoot something or get into the mood. People will tell if you're not into it. As a matter of fact, I was saying about my earlier vlogs when I first started, before I was live streaming, I did get very, very consumed with what everyone was thinking, what was going on. I was worried more about what the content was than what I was doing. And I'm pretty sure it came across. If I went back and watched it now, I bet you I'm sitting there going, oh, Dave looks a little uptight that day. And you don't get a second chance. It's on film. You put it on YouTube. So all I can tell you is enjoy it. If you're not feeling it, figure out what it is you're not doing. If you're not doing what you want to be doing, go do something else. Go vlog something else. I have a series that I'm going to do that you're all going to laugh about, but I want to do it, and I don't care if anybody watches it. And that's kind of where you got to get to with your vlog and with your live stream, is you got to do what you want to do. And there are times, and I know Lynn, I'm pretty sure Jaquetta said it to me, and I know Lorna has, where there are times people are like, go do what you want to do with your family. If, like, I was getting Bella her hat for her birthday. Journey Waits bought Bella personalized Mickey ears. And the stream would not hold to go into the store. It just wouldn't do it.
I was wondering, CJ.
It was before we were with CJ, when we were Magic Kingdom.
Oh, when we were buying the hat.
When we were buying the hat.
Ordering it. Yes.
When we were ordering it, the stream would not hold. And finally I said, I don't care. I'm not missing this. And I went in and the stream just cut. It was just sitting there dead. I don't care. You know, it's not that I don't care about you guys, but first and foremost, I'm about my wife and kids. You know, I mean, I love my wife and kids. That's what I do everything for. I want to take you guys along with it, but there are certain times where I'm going to put them above everybody. Like with what happened with the storm yesterday, it came down to I had to make a decision, and I'm going to protect them every time. I mean, when that tornado came through, there was no doubt in my mind what the right thing was to do. I would have taken the gimbal and the phone and thrown it. I don't care. Them first. And when it comes to doing what we do here, I love this interaction. I love doing this. If you're not feeling it, figure out why, you know, and just do a quick pep. By the way, where do you guys live stream at, or where do you vlog at, by the way, Brian? Let me know that, because I'm really curious where you guys are vlogging.
They're from New York. They have a house down here. They vlog in
DC, you are as far from fake as you can be. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't get it. All right. And it's the same thing I was telling you that I was saying about me, I'll say about you. You're going to have to find that niche. And some of it has to do with, you know, you and I are going to have this discussion when we sit down and have lunch. You're as far from fake as can be. I've got some ideas on how to help you grow your channel. So we're going to work on that. Would you suggest a channel stick to one subject? Variety ideas. I think you have to know who your people are. When you're a Disney, see, I'm not just a Disney person. I'm a theme park person. Now, I highlight Disney because I am a Disney fanatic. But we, as everyone knows, I'm also known as the SeaWorld vlogger. I will go to SeaWorld and live stream all the time. I love going, which we are due to go. But we're going to go for, you know, the Electric Ocean and the fireworks and do it again.
That's why we're Florida Park Explorers, and we didn't pick a Disney name.
That's exactly
we didn't
right.
Want to feel like we're Disney.
Yep.
Like,
We didn't want to feel like we were just stuck on that.
Even though we are Disney.
We are Disney through and through, but we wanted to be Florida Park Explorers for that reason. Because if not, we would have been Disney Park Explorers. And that would have been that easy. So, but I mean, there are things that you can do as long as they're inside your niche and you're doing what you want to do it. Have different playlists. Break everything down by playlist so that people can find the content that they want to. It also helps the SEO determine where your content goes, which is big for algorithms. This sounds like capitalism. I'm not sure. I'm not sure you support free enterprise. Not even a little bit. 15 years I have been not supporting free enterprise. Let's see. Yes, the vlogger community can be a bit. You don't find. Brian, I agree. And when I hit 1,000 after I do my announcement for the 1K giveaway, I'm going to invite as many channels in as possible and say, hey, when can we all get together? Whether it's at Springs, it's in the parks, it's whatever. If it needs to be after blackouts because of Disney's stupid policy, we're all going to get together in places and help one another live or vlogging. Because if there are certain people that aren't comfortable live streaming, that's fine. But so that this way we can all build off of one another. Because I live by one statement. I have built my entire business based off of this, and it is that we either rise together or we fall separately. And I truly believe that. So that is a personal mantra of mine, because if we rise together, we're stronger, we're more stable, we can build, we can make things happen. But if we don't, we will fall separately. I need a plug.
Oh, I brought it up.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm at 20%, so it's okay. You're getting your real estate license. That's
Do
great.
you want one of those? Oh, wait.
If you have it, that would be spectacular.
Do you have a little nub?
I don't know, but if not, there's one up here somewhere. Real estate license. That's great. Please reach out to me when you're licensed and need connections to notarize. I'm happy to. Be more than happy to. I love working with people that I know. I prefer it. I talk to you guys all the time. TC and Michelle, you're my favorite Star Wars peeps. I mean, so far on my channel, I made $242.51. What happened? So basically, my YouTube funds would go. See, and that's kind of my point. Is
I don't know where a block is.
there's a block in I don't know where. That's actually exactly my point, though. Is if my channel paid for, and I gotta slide my camera over real quick. If my channel paid for my park passes, I'd be happy. It would also mean that I could expand what parks I go into because I'm not willing to spend more money at the moment. Hang on, let me get that little doodad in there. Let's see. That's about to go in. I bought new cables specifically for this setup. Let's see if it works. Oh, that is spectacular. That is so good. It's disgusting. But that's the point is that making the money should go back into your business. Don't be on camera while eating, show the food, turn the camera, let the folks watch something else. Yeah, and that's kind of the point is depending upon what it is, there are sometimes like you guys have been with us. There's a lot of times you see me after I've taken the bite. I want, I also use this now as a compact. Sometimes I'll look and you'll actually see me go, I want to make sure whether or not I got anything in my beard. You guys get to see it first. Let's see. I like the no second chance thing. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, and by the way, hi, Paul's Adventures. You have to be who you are. If you're not, people see through it. It's not hard. I have now been literally live on this stream because we've done 2 streams tonight. I've been on this stream for a little over 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yesterday, I did a 7-hour stream. We were caught in a tornado in Hollywood Studios and still went on Rise of the Resistance because my kid is freaking tough as nails. Okay. We do a lot of things. You guys would have seen us at our worst if we were fake. When the fit hit the shin, you guys would have been like, oh, there they are. There's the real people. That's not who we are. Let's see. I don't want people to think I'm fake. I was spending way too much. Quit playing. No, World of Warcraft. That's fantastic. The weekend here. Oops, that skipped ahead. Oops, hold on. I'm catching up. This weekend here. I'm not looking for this weekend. That's funny. Let's see. Universal here. Adam loves SeaWorld. I go to Disney if they'd have an app. What do you mean if they'd have an app? Oh, annual pass? Yeah. Not AP, but AP as an annual pass. I think it's going to be fixed in August. That's my personal opinion. What program do you use to stream? I was using Streamlabs. I have switched over to StreamYard. That's what you're seeing me on now. It's what I've used in the park the last 2 days or 3.
2 days.
The last 2 days I've switched over. I have been on StreamYard. I have the professional plan, which allows you to stream in 1080. I like it a lot more. Streamlabs is a little bit more crisp when you're out and about, but StreamYard is a better stream in my opinion. Plus it streams over the URL and it doesn't stream through the app. I prefer it. Now, ultimately time will tell. We live in Claremont. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. We've been away from YouTube because of work, but now we are free to do more. Ideally, we would do theme park, home vlogs, local. Yeah, so you guys are around the corner. We're over in Windermere, and I literally live on the backside of the castle. You got to follow your passion. By the way, you're from Brooklyn. We're from 30 minutes outside of New York City. My wife is from right out. Literally, she could see the city from her from New Jersey, and I lived a little further inland.
Brian Vian did, the lights we did in Daytona.
Yeah.
They did the ones up north.
Okay.
And that's how I kind of found them on YouTube and Instagram. And that's
So
how I
you
found
did
them.
you
I
did
love
the
them.
same kind of the Christmas spectacular lights. That's awesome. That was, by the way, it's our highest rated video. It's 2,400 people saw that. 2,400 views on that video. That was spectacular. And it was a lot of fun. That was truly crazy. So I'm glad you guys got to do it up in New York too. But ultimately, we're originally from up there. Now I don't claim New York as my home anymore, simply because I've lived in the South a lot longer. I lived in Hilton Head for almost 24 years, between there and Florida also, because we were part-time Floridians / South Carolinians. But yeah, you really, if you've got more time, and we'll be happy to meet up and do anything, go down to Springs, whatever. Also, DC and Michelle do. They live here locally too. So I'm trying to build a good network of people so that this way we can kind of build up together. Presidential Tourist lives down by Legoland. So there's a bunch of people around the area. Get to know everybody, get to hang out with us, do this in here. I'm going to be doing a lot of how-to videos. How do we build together? I'm one of those motivational people, so I'm happy to help. Appreciate this. Because it's giving me good, because it happens to all of us. There's a point at which you get kicked in the rear, and it's hard to keep going sometimes because we don't have a togetherness. There's no group. There's no one to say, hey, you're doing it right. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Besides the fact, constructive criticism is not warranted in this world. Everybody's always afraid of, oh, if I say something, it's going to be misconstrued or taken the wrong way. I will tell you this: if you ask, I will answer it. So be careful. I was a small business mentor for years. I have no problem telling somebody this is where you're going wrong. It's also why I felt like if I jumped on this horse and took this one out for a ride, that I would probably get a better response than most people. I have no problem being a public speaker. I was for years. I've been a coach, a trainer, a sales manager. I've done virtually everything, and then owning my own business means that I always feel like I have the right answer. And if I don't have the right answer, I go learn about it. If you don't have the information, you can't make an informed decision. So go find the information. It's out there. It's not hard. And I'm not talking to you. It's kind of one of my own personal life lessons. I probably have learned more on YouTube than I have learned doing YouTube. YouTube, if I want to know something, I go on and figure it out. I still can't figure out how to load a frickin' MP4 video, and by the way, I'm a computer programmer, and I still can't get StreamYards to allow me to upload a damn MP4. That's for a different conversation. I'm kind of pissed at them. Would love to be a part of the Disney community. Disney Springs would be a nice place. Happy to do it, Paul, whenever you want to do it. We get down there when I will tell you, as Presidential Tourist found out the other day, I kind of operate on a schedule. If we schedule things out far enough in advance and they're set and they're a part of my live stream or vlogging times, I'm on board all day long. But I try to keep things kind of structured. And the other thing with StreamYards is if you guys want to jump in, I can send invites when we're doing shows. If you guys want to pop in as guests, you got questions, you want to come on, you want to introduce yourself to people, I'm happy to do it. This way we can, DC's been on with us. DC and I do a show for Loki. And then there's other things that we can all collaborate on. And like I said, grow together. So I got some video editing to do for YouTube. It was nice talk. Presidential Tourist, thank you, buddy. We will talk to you very, very soon. And if you need anything, just reach out. Dude, be bothered while I'm eating either. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point, though. Oh, awesome. Thank you, DAV. StreamYard is the best move you have done. I can actually watch it now. Be honest, most of the time. Yeah, and that was what I thought.
I put channel up too.
I got to be honest with you. I have a hard time with it. When it's doing that BRB crap and all the other, it drives me nuts. And so I kind of made the decision that I would sacrifice a little bit of quality for better continuity, as opposed to better quality for less continuity. And I think, even in the beginning, I was dropping on Streamlabs. I was dropping all the way down to 360 with 30 frames. Or actually, I was dropping down to 24 frames per second to try to get the stream to hold. Streamlabs sucks, in my opinion. Like, it just doesn't do the job. And for what you pay for it and what you get out of it, I think it's because everybody says, "Oh, you're on Streamlabs, right?" And did it help me start live streaming? Yes, and I think I'm very thankful for it. But I'm a perfectionist in every craft that I do. So for me, I'm going to continue to look for the best way for this to work so that I can give you guys the best broadcast out there. If there's a battery pack with proton pack that I can wear on my back that'll give me better Wi-Fi, yeah, I'll own it. If it has to be Mr. Coffee and this way I don't have plutonium on my back, that'd be better.
It's Mr. Fusion.
Mr. Fusion, my bad. It's a little late.
It's Back to the Future. You should always know it.
Yeah, definitely, Brian. We definitely will do it. Reach out to us on Instagram or on the website. Instagram's always the fastest way to get to us because we leave our notifications on. It's Florida Park Explorers or FL Park Explorers.
They follow me already.
Fantastic. So you're already following Jen. My account is Florida Park Explorers. So you can reach out to either one of us, DM us, whatever, and we will definitely set something up. You all know I'm local. Once I start going back to the parks, I'm planning to be there about 21 days a year. We need to devour animals. You are not getting me on a Skyliner. Good luck.
And I have to say something else about StreamYard.
Yeah.
And this isn't to sometimes stream's better than YouTube.
I agree. StreamYards has a free system that you can start with. I think they give you 20 hours per month that are free, so you can try it out. And it's not a password protected; it's login protected, meaning you have to actually you have to sign in every time, and they give you a code. It's kind of cool. There are some things that are a real pain in the ass. I'm not going to tell you that there aren't. There are. I'm still trying to figure out some of the bugs. I've been on with tech support the last 3 days trying to work them out. I just can't seem to get them right. They're not iOS friendly. They want to be based off of your computer. So I'm working through some of the things. I originally got StreamYard because I wanted to share my screen. I have yet to be able to do that. So I'm working on it. And it also has to do with the fact that my computer is set up for something totally different. My computer is a beast. It's designed to do anything but streaming. So I may have to go and buy another computer if I want to do that. But we'll see. I mean, that'll come down the road. So let's see. Paul's out. Let's see. Heading out for the night. Enjoy being a part of the chat. Yeah, most definitely. We will be in Epcot tomorrow night. We'll be streaming from the parks tomorrow night and Friday during the day. Friday night we have a commitment starting about 6 o'clock. So we'll be off before then. Most of the time we're in the parks more towards the afternoons. But tomorrow night we'll be in Epcot. Friday we will be, I think, in Animal Kingdom. Saturday, we may wind up out of the house somewhere, but we also do this exact thing again on Saturday night, starting at 10:30. We're gonna do a little bit more Loki chat at 10:30, and then go right into the after the show, which is after the parks, and go till 3 o'clock in the morning like normal. So, Paul, thanks for coming by. Make sure you guys have hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Instagram. This way you always know where we are and that we can stay in touch because it's super important that we all do. Let's see. So here's the inverse. No problems. Let's see. No problems, no money. Yeah, well, and that's the thing is there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something that, whether it's in life and streaming and YouTube, whatever, there's always going to be problems. It's always going to cost us money. If you do, Dave, I highly recommend Origin. They're the guys that made it. See, Alienware was one of my first computers. I had an Alien, and as a matter of fact, I rebuilt mine. I am a huge fan.
That's funny.
My biggest issue with buying a new computer right now, and that's why exactly. My biggest issue with buying a new computer just to share my screen, I think I just said it out loud, is I'm buying a new computer to share my screen. Kind of seems
do it on your iPad.
Kind of seems stupid. No, the iPad doesn't work through Streamlab or through StreamYard. The way that you have to hook things up, it's kind of a one or the other.
You doing it?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like I can't like what everyone's used to is over on the side of the screen over here, there's two people and then you share the screen.
Oh, you can't do it.
You can't do
okay,
that.
I understand what you're saying. That's what I asked you that one day. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So what happens is, all in all, I may have to just settle for certain things because at the end of the day, to buy one thing for one stream, I don't know. I mean, maybe at some point it makes sense. I've also thought about literally just buying a Chromebook.
Thanks, DC.
DC, buddy, I am really happy that that you're here because then I know you're okay. What did I miss? What I hate about YouTube is super chats basically half of. Supposedly now again, I can only go by what I read because I'm not there yet. I was always told it was 30% less like a credit card monitoring fee. So I don't know. I mean, we have PayPal, we have Patreon, we have buy me a coffee or something Jen set up. I have no idea. To be honest with you, it's not that I don't care, but I don't care. And I don't mean it to sound as kind of blah about it as I am. My Patreon is changing. We've been redesigning Patreon so that there's no free meal, meaning you give me $3 and I give you a shout out every time. I'm not doing that. Like that's going to go away. We're going to change our Patreon to like the first level is going to have a t-shirt. Second level is going to be like a t-shirt and a mug or a tumbler. And then we're going to have a last one where you pay for the year and we give you like a whole bunch of crap. It'll be all Florida Park Explorers merch. I don't really want somebody to just be like, here. And it's not that I don't appreciate it because I don't want to seem unappreciative because I'm not. Everything that I have paid for since the day I started YouTubing has come out of pocket. Our passes cost us a tremendous amount of money. The food that people want us to go try cost us money. All of the things cost us money. The merch that we buy to, like when I do things like this and I go and buy Marvel shirts or I go buy Vader shirts or whatever, they all cost money, but it's also a business expense. I would much rather that the people who are watching us are enjoying it. They're having a good time. If they decide, you know what, I want to pay for your Starbucks. I want to pay for this. I want to pay for that. Yeah, they can go right in. The top of the chat's pinned there because Jen's unbelievably good about doing things like this. You can go in, except tonight because why? But like when we're in the park, if you see it sitting up there and it says about our Patreon, yeah, I mean, you can donate to PayPal immediately. Lynn did it yesterday because Bella, she was super proud of Bella for being brave. And, we immediately went and spent it on Bella. Well, that's what our Patreon asked us to do. So that's what we did. And DC, settling is so far outside of who I am. I don't know what settling is. I don't settle. I don't believe in it.
You wouldn't be with me if you settled.
Nope. It's really very simple. I am a professional perfectionist. It's just who I am. I'm the kind of person who, and by the way, you will get a good laugh out of this. My father owned a design studio in Hilton Head. We did custom, where the hell are they? Drapes. We did custom upholstery. We did custom everything. I can cut and sew. My upholstery is probably better than 90% of the people out there, and it's because I am as anal retentive as they get. If it doesn't match, it gets redone. And I have brought that to the computer world anybody who's a programmer, and I know there's a couple of you in here that really know code. You ever put a dash in place of an underscore? It don't work. Okay. Like there are times where if you put the wrong thing in, you're spending hours looking for it. It's the way it goes. It's coding. So you have to make sure the expression is fast is slow, slow is fast. Take your time. Do the job. Do it right. It's a founding principle. I mean, my parents are old school. My grandparents, we're all Italians. So do it right. It was probably beat into my head from the first time I took a nipple off a bottle. It was like if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. Okay. Same thing. Super chats definitely make you significant money, which is good. And again, like I said, I'm not opposed to money. I don't want anyone to sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just saying at the end of the day, if somebody wants to support our work, they can. I would much rather it be a give take scenario, but I also understand the premise. And I don't want to seem like an obstinate, ass. I want to seem like the appreciative person that I am. And if somebody decides they want to do that, I appreciate it because we do spend a ton of money. I've spent thousands of dollars getting this going. And if somebody wants to do it, spectacular. I mean, I do. I appreciate it. I'm just getting used to it. But at the same time, I'm going to have tons of merch. I'm going to have tons of things available for people. And I would much rather that you say, you know what? I really love the design of your shirt. So I bought 3. That would be cool. I'd much rather walk down Main Street in Disney World and see someone wearing a Florida Park Explorer shirt. That would be cool. So, but if super chats take off and that works, awesome. Third tier, enter the message experts. Not sure what that means. PayPal and Venmo is still the way to go. Yeah, and we have PayPal. We have I don't even know what we have. We have PayPal. We have Patreon is cool because it SEO optimizes. That's the one cool thing about Patreon. Plus, it's a known name. Everyone looks at it and goes, "Hey, I know what that is. I'm good with it." That's cool. Venmo is decent in the sense that everyone knows what Venmo is and it's easy. Same with Cash App. It's done by Square. So all those things are pretty cool. Let's see. So, 5 Fires, aka Mondo. So basically, his friend just asked Danny, blocked me on the channel. Also, last Sunday, all of a sudden they made me join. What in the world? 5 Fires, aka Mondo.
5 Fires is a
So basically, his friend just asked Danny blocked me on their channel. Also last Sunday, all of a sudden they made a join button. Okay. Let's see, Patreon. My friend who was a Disney YouTuber. I've been making his merch in the parks. And he added free t-shirts for Patreon. See, and that's the thing is, I want to, I have designed my own line of merch, not only for Florida Park Explorers, but I have a Disney themed or a Disney inspired themed set of merch that's coming out. We trademarked. We're good to go on my first round of Florida Park Explorers merch that was commercially produced, which was my first mistake. Came out like crap. I'm not even willing to give it away. So as a matter of fact, we are in the process. Tomorrow will be sent back. So it came out really poor. We're going to probably, I now have to go back through, find, if you say that you print them, you need to send me a DM. But yeah, I'm looking for another printing service. So we're definitely going to be going down that route, but
I didn't know we did shirts.
but we're definitely in the market. I would much prefer to support small businesses anyway. Also, basically, let's see, what did I miss here? Favorite vloggers, ever run into any that were different? Yes. Let's see.
Don't say.
I'm not going to tell you who is different. I will tell you that I've run into many different vloggers. There are some that are like, I'll tell you the people who I absolutely love. One Little Spark is amazing. Drew's amazing. Chasing Dreams with Mike is amazing. Journey Awaits is amazing. Let's see, who else have we run into that's just super awesome? Spokesman's cool as hell. I'm just going to tell you right now. I know that there's been I've heard both sides of the stories from everybody. I can just tell you right now, depending upon how you react with me is how what I think of you. I don't care what the rest of the world does or says. Everybody has bad interactions. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I've had nothing but good experiences with him. He's always been nice to us. He's always done shout outs for us. Guy's got 40,000 subscribers. He could tell me to go pound salt, and he doesn't. He's been in our chats many a times. He's been really, really good to us. I happen to like him. I think he's cool. So I like his streams. I can't imagine having 700 people going through my chat.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know what that would mean. I don't even know what that would be like. I have definitely met people. There's 2 vloggers specifically I prefer not to run into. One of which I do everything in my power to avoid. So it happens. You'll meet people that you jive with. You'll meet people you don't jive with. DC, Michelle, they're friends of ours. Like, you see them in the chat tonight. We're depending upon what's going on, they got a lot of shit going on right now. If it turns out that we can meet up Saturday, we're going to try and meet in Margaritaville. I forgot that was the thing on Saturday. That was what I was trying to think of. Depending upon the weather and everything, we're going to try and go down to Margaritaville and do some filming. Brian, you guys are more than welcome to come on down. We're going to go down there, go to Ford's Garage. They've got a car show every Saturday. So we're going to go down and shoot down for that. If you want to DM us, we'll give you some information. Maybe we can all meet up together. But yeah, and off camera, I'll tell you who it is. Let's see. Let's see. I will not watch my fires. See, I agree with you. See, thanks again. You have uplifted us. Oh, come on, guys. You guys are fantastic. See on Mother Channel with the super chat. Let's see. I can print. Let's see. I can print a message on Instagram. Definitely hit me with a DM. That's all I can tell you, Theme Park Lifestyle. I am in the process right now of looking for another printer because let me go ahead and tell you, if they screwed up these shirts this bad, I'm petrified to see what's coming next week. Like, petrified. So, because they have my other Disney theme merch too. So, I am hoping they didn't get that wrong. Let's see. I do not support his channel. I do not support his channel. He only collects the super chat and money. Let's see. Appreciate it. That's true. Look, the simple truth is, guys, there are people that are just out for the money. There are certain people, I could very easily be the same way. Why? Because I'm a businessman. If this were a different place, a different time, a different world, I might be. But my experiences have led me to this point. And I don't fault anybody and I'm going to go ahead and tell you something. There are times, and we all can appreciate this. I'm sure every single person that's sitting in this chat right now has had this happen. You've had a bad moment. You're pissed at something. Something's happened in your life personally. There's something going on. Someone hits you at that wrong moment. I'm not saying that's the case you guys are talking about because I have no idea what you're talking about. And I don't even know who it is, by the way. I will say this. There are moments where it's just bad timing. And things go wrong. I hope that when I'm having a bad moment, when something is going on, when something's up, that someone doesn't come up to me and I don't treat them the wrong way. I really hope that that's the case. I hope that I rise above it. I've never had it happen yet. I can tell you that we've had moments where we've had people in the chat where it's been questionable, but I've relied on my mods. I didn't actually do anything. I've gotten to know my mods. They know me. They know what I'm looking for. They know what I expect. And that sounds more cut and dry than it is, but they're great people, and they know I have a personal relationship with them, and they know what's what. This situation you guys are talking about, there are certain people out there, and I've heard other people. If Adam were still in here, Adam would tell you that there's somebody else. I don't even remember who it is. That's basically like, oh, you got to give me super chats. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to do that. Okay, and they can run their channel that way. If people are willing to hang out with them and A, give them super chats, B, go and support their channel, give them watch time, give them hours, give them this, give them that. That's on them. You can only choose to do what you choose to do. There are other YouTubers, there are other live streamers out there. We're an example of that. It's also probably why my channel is exploding. We will help anybody. We will talk to anyone. It's just a part of who we are. Hang on one second. I had this talk with my spouse just the other day, live streamers from Orlando. I hope good. That would be the only thing that I would say to you, Amy, is I hope I hope it's good. I really don't know. I mean, I follow a couple of pages out there. Not a tremendous amount. And it's not because I'm not interested. I've never actually been to Disneyland. I'm going to go at some point, but I've never been. And the park fascinates me, and some of the things that go on out there, I definitely want to see. And we're going to take a month and do an entire vlog or a live stream. But as I have been told, it's a whole different world, and good or bad. I don't know. It's not my thing. Let's see. Hang on. Let me catch up to this because I'm going to tell you guys something funny. Also just said to myself, I subscribed. Let's see. I avoid watching live streamers here in Anaheim. They're not.
That's really funny.
That is funny. I love your channel, David John. You and Wendell Spark, Heather, amazing. That's awesome. I love to hear that. How would you even have time? You're busy, man. I try to make time for everything. I mean, the only way you can perfect your craft is to know what other people are doing. That doesn't mean that it influences me, but I like to see it. And I try to give love to the people who support us. I try to do the same back. That's why you guys constantly see me in chats. That's me or Jen. We're jumping in constantly. It's to support everybody else. If they're going to support us, we're going to support you.
I'm actually going to name drop. Like, let's stand in line with Trish.
Yeah.
Like, she's in her chats all the time.
Yep.
I go into hers. She's a smaller channel.
Yep.
I want to help support her.
Totally agree.
And
now I'm going to tell you something really kind of funny, and it was based on something that was in the chat before. Hold on a second. Let me look. I don't remember why it applied. Maybe it's not important because I don't remember how the hell it tied together. The only thing I can tell you is everything is, everything has its own lifestyle. I know where I was going with this. The other day I had to go to Apple to get my new phone. And I ran into an Orlando police officer, and we were sitting there having Chick-fil-A. And so we were kind of BSing and this and that. And it was in a mall I've never been in. And, it was funny because we were kind of chit-chat back and forth. And she said to me, she goes, just don't be here when it gets dark. And I said, why? And she goes, this is not the place you want to be. And I said, so we started talking, and, so she asked me where I lived. And I said I was up in Windermere, and I told her I was a Disney vlogger. And, so we kind of went back and forth. And I said, I live in my own little world. And she goes, it's great that you can. And she's like, and that's fantastic that you do. She's like, but when you're not in it, you do have to be aware of the others around you. And I said, well, I absolutely am. I said, that's why I'm kind of bringing it up, is the fact that I'm not in my little 4 mile, 5 mile square area, which is Disney. and there's a false sense of security being in Disney. But I live in a major metro area, and there's a lot of times where we all live in our own little worlds, and we think because we're in it that other people know what in the world is going on. It was funny because when I was on Dole with Dole Whip Dad the other day, he didn't know half of the people I was talking about. He'd never even heard of them, but yet they're some of the most important people to me. So it's just kind of funny. He's spouting off the biggies more, and I'm not saying name dropping. It's just that's who he knows. I don't know them. Um, in all actuality, some of what I've heard has not been great. I don't know if that's true or not. I really don't care. If they're good to me, I'll be good to them. If they're not good to me, I'll still be good to them. I just won't acknowledge it. I just don't care. I will tell you that, I understand some of the bigger channels not wanting, like what Jaquetta was saying before about, people going up and saying, hey, I got this channel, I got that channel. I specifically saw Resort TV one night, walked up, said hello, never told them who I was, just introduced myself. Thought it was respectful. I could have very easily walked up on their camera. They were live streaming and said, hey, it's David from Florida Park Explorers. Really Bella waved to him. We waved to him. Bella wanted to say hi. We want to talk to people who do what we do. And I could have very easily walked up, photobombed them. There was nothing they could have done about it. They had 12,000 people on their stream. I saw it. They were live for 12 hours that day. Everybody and their mother was in there. And I could have very easily walked up and just bombed it. I didn't do that. It's not who I am. Now, I will tell you, 2 of the people who watch this channel saw me, knew exactly who I was, and DM'd me offline and said, why didn't you do that? It's not who I am. I don't do those things. Let's see. I've been watching. Whoops. Just jumped ahead. I've been watching attractions. Don't know who that is. Disneyland. No, there's no bad mouthing anyone. If there's bad mouthing going on, I'd prefer it stop. Let's see. Enjoy's channel. Let's see. Disney. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Wow, Jetta, get some sleep, buddy. Have a good night. What time are we at?
10 to 3.
Huh, we're 10 to 3. So, but look, guys, let me just say this to you. Everybody's entitled to do their own thing. You don't have to watch. That's the cool part. There's so many people out there. If you don't like somebody, Stone Cold Jedi. Good night, man. You don't like somebody, don't watch them. Don't support them. Not everybody's cup of tea. I can tell you right now, I get thumbs downs. I get trolls. I get people who send me some pretty nasty stuff sometimes. I happen to think I'm a nice guy. Not everybody does. That's okay. It's a part of the world. And unfortunately, it's just what happens. And if, it's unfortunate to hear that the West Coast operates apparently a lot differently than us. But you know what the good part is? There's plenty of us. Come support us. Come hang out with us. We live stream 6 days a week. Am I on 12 hours a day? No. But we're on a lot. We're going to be doing more and more. There's plenty of great people over here. If you don't know who to watch, we'll be happy to point you in the right direction. I want you to watch some of the great people. There's no reason to watch, anybody who's not enjoyable. There's no reason for, people to do things where, it doesn't make you feel good. It's Disney. It shouldn't be bad. I said it yesterday in Hollywood Studios. I wish Disney manners would come back. And for those of you who are as old as I am, Disney manners used to be saying, have a magical day. It used to be if the person in front of you fell, you would help them up, not step on them to get in their place in line. It was about not bullying, bouncing kids off, to get past them. I wish we all could act like we used to in Disney. And, I'm one person. I can control myself. I can control, what happens in my world. And I hope to bring that to everybody, maybe one at a time. And then if you do it and you act that way towards somebody else, maybe we can bring that Disney experience back, because it's super important now more than ever. And it's just me ranting and raving for a second, because I go in the parks every day, and I know we all spend a lot of money. Um, but we can do it differently. We can all be civilized to each other. We can have fun.
Why can't we all just get along?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's something to be said about that, though. Why can't we all get along? Why can't we just all put it aside, do what we're doing, have some fun, watch what we want to watch. If you don't want to watch it, don't. If you go in and look for a live streamer, I guarantee you one's on. Hell, there's some guy right now that's on. It's 3 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, and he's sitting in his bedroom after 3.5 hours, and is still live streaming. And started live streaming at 10:30 tonight while doing a Loki series. So there's something for everybody, and I hope that you guys will share our channel, help us grow. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, share us out to everybody. Let them know that we're out there. If there's people that are negative, tell them there's a positive spin out there. Tell them there's somebody out there trying to do it the right way. We're happy to help. If you're a smaller channel like us and you want to grow, DM us. We're down to collab. We're not like everybody else. Again, Brian, if you want to hit us up on, with a DM. I'm gonna try and meet up. Depends on DC's schedule on Saturday. He's got a lot going on, but I have a feeling we're gonna still be down there in Margaritaville anyway. So if you want, you can meet up with us down there. And then definitely send us a DM about the T-shirts, theme park lifestyle, and let us know about that. Love to support small businesses, so if we can, fantastic. And we'll all kind of work out from there, and that's just how it goes. I will tell you that the last mantra that I go by is I do business with people who do business with me. So if I have people who support the channel and you're an Etsy store, yeah, I would much rather buy things from you. If you do things that are related to my other businesses and we support each other, that's what the expression about growing together or falling separately means. I just got your Instagram, Theme Park Lifestyle, so I'll check that out as soon as I get off in a few. And that's the point, though. We can all do business together. That's the fun part. We do business together and we all make money. We all do things. We all profit, benefit. And it doesn't have to be ugly. It can be fun. And it really is meant to be that way. So does anybody have any other questions about what we've been talking about tonight? Live streaming, how to do this? Yeah, we'll sure DM you. I'm glad you did too, Brian.
I was really happy to see you guys.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it. If there's anything that I can answer, before we get out of here, and drop a comment real quick. And then, whoops, didn't mean to do that. But go over a couple of quick things before I get out of here for the folks that are new in here. This is coming up this week. This is our new Loki giveaway. This will be out by the end of the week this week. So stay tuned for that. That's our Loki giveaway. Let's see. This is the new merch in the merch store. Those are 2 hats or 2 sets of ears. I love the fact it covers my face. That's fantastic. This is our new website. So you can check us out on there. You see it scrolling on the bottom. There's an About Us, a Contact Us. Our contests are there. The merch is there. Anything that you can imagine. So you can support us in any way. You can find out about us. For those of you who did not see our latest video, go check this out. This is pretty cool. We were in Hollywood Studios yesterday when a possible tornado hit. We were live streaming when it happened. There's a 20-minute video that I posted today. So go check that out. That is a super cool video. You get to see it look like this on my kid's face. And the tree that came down. And all the damage that happened. So there was a lot that went on. So definitely check that video out. That video is insane, by the way. You'll get to actually watch. We were in the middle of either a microburst or a tornado. So check it out. It was unbelievable. And then again, we're very close to 700 subscribers. So if you can help us out, let's get over 700 and march forward. So let's see. I think it's, hang on a second. What did I miss? There's all kinds of stuff. Hang on a second. So Florida Park Explorers, what do you think of the website that I gave you guys about these big YouTubers stealing? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. I'm now looking at a StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard's great. You just set up a free account, play with it a little bit. You can actually go in. There's a record only mode you can start off with, so you can actually check it out so that you're not live. But let me tell you something. There's something funny about doing it. Put it up. Put it as a test stream. See who comes in. Let us know. We'll come in. We'll sit there and tell you what you're looking at and how it looks. Also check this. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very, very much so. Checking out the video right now. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, ridiculously crazy. DAV, I don't actually know what you're talking about. If you sent it to Jen, I'll check it out offline when I get offline. If not, send it to my account at Florida Park Explorers. I'll look at it. But I'm not actually sure what you're talking about. But yeah, Brian, definitely do it because every other streamer is using Streamlabs. And as you heard from Jedi, who Jedi watches this channel every day, he was actually leaving our chats because the stream sucks. It bounces off and it goes to BRB, which is great and everything that it holds the stream in place. But people don't want that. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for your footage, your content. They're looking for you. And I've had a lot of success in the last couple of days on this using StreamYards. So it's fantastic. And the video that you're going to watch after this, which is the tornado video, was shot on StreamYard. So take a look at the quality. And by the way, give me your feedback. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if there's something on it. Drop a comment. Drop me a DM. Drop me both. The more you interact with the videos, the better. So let us know what you think of it. If the StreamYard works, if you guys have any questions about StreamYard, I'm also going to do a video on StreamYard. I'm going to do a video on how to work with these different things. And this way, if there's any questions, I can help. StreamYards is fantastic. Get the free version to start. I will tell you, you can't stream in 1080 unless you pay $50 a month. It's for the pro package. You can pay $25 and you can stream the 720 and it does a couple other things.
Don't you get a trial?
But there's a trial that you start off with for 7 days. I highly recommend you start off there and then see what's what. See if it works for you. And then and then check it against Streamlabs too. So, Paul, I just got your message. So, do those things. And if I can help, I'm always here to help. I'll answer any questions. We do these live streams twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and it's to kind of go over Disney stuff, and we have open forums, so we can talk about whatever you want. Let's see. Whoops. Nope, don't want to do that. Let's see. Do you get anything for referring people? To be perfectly honest with you, Brian, I don't know on StreamYard. I do on TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy, I get a referral. I have not looked into StreamYards. I might. I honestly don't know. I have never looked at StreamYard as to whether or not it has an affiliate. To be honest with you, if it asks for an affiliate, send me a message. I would be happy to do it, and I would appreciate it simply because, I would rather make something off of it because you may get something and I may get something, which is how a lot of these programs work. It's how TubeBuddy works, by the way. Jen dropped the TubeBuddy affiliate in our description. So if you ever want to use TubeBuddy, I highly, highly recommend TubeBuddy. It is a fantastic, fantastic way of doing things. It's a better way of checking your metrics. It's a better way of checking everything. Plus, you can check everyone else's metrics and analytics. So I definitely recommend it. So, any other questions? Paul, I got your DM. The opening 3 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the first 3 seconds. Wait till you see the next 5 minutes after that. and then watch all the way through because you'll see the aftermath. You'll actually see where it hit and what happened because it's crazy. I mean, it's legit. It's crazy. But anyway, so Jen just dropped in the TubeBuddy right above you, Brian. So if you guys want to check out TubeBuddy, that I do make money on. I'll tell you up front. But anyway, guys, look, it was an absolute pleasure doing this with you, as it always is. I always look forward to these. It's a lot of fun. It's not me just walking around showing you everything and trying to figure out the chat. It's me actually being able to chat back with you. Definitely. Brian, it's a blast. And there's a free thing on TubeBuddy. I never figured it out. I'm just going to tell you right now, there's a free version of it. Put me in there for that when you do it. This way, if you convert over to the paid version, it works. But I never figured out the free version. So, but anyway, guys, have an absolutely wonderful night. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. It means the world to us. And we hope that if you have any questions, you ask in the future. But if not, everybody have a great night. Matter of fact, have a magical night. And we'll see you tomorrow from Epcot.